I can't. You guys might be able to hear me right now with a shitty microphone.
My speakers are on.
You guys might be able to hear me now with this shitty ass mic that I have. Now I got my shit in a ponytail.
No, no sound.
You hear me now, right? Okay, so my microphone is fucked up. It's like I've got a fucked up mic right now.
There we go.
Yeah, it sounds like a tin can, right?
Yeah.
It's because it's not my mic. It's my camera microphone. Hold on here. Give me just a second so you guys can hear. Just so you guys can know. I know my voice sounds like dog shit right now. But my mic sucks right now. I can't believe it. I think I know what it is. I've had this happen before. Can you guys hear me now? No, hold on. Check this one real quick. All right, so I'm gonna hang up with you, all right, Chaz? Because I gotta get through this stuff with everybody.
No, of course, brother. Give me a call later.
I appreciate it, man. I'll call you right back.
Look forward to it.
All right, bro. All right, everybody out there. This sucks because I've got a mic problem, and it's not the first time I've had this mic problem. I forget what the reason is. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Disabled. Kind of pissed off about it. I forget the reason why this is. But we're gonna go with what we've got going on. Fuck this mic. So we're gonna go with what we have happening right now. So I want you guys to see out there. There's a couple of important things I want you guys to be looking for right now. First off, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so the mic sounds raw because I've got a mic issue. It's something that resets, and I gotta go back in and reset it. It's just stupid fucking OBS shit. I didn't cut my hair off. I got my shit in a ponytail. So we're gonna take a look here. I want you guys to see that there are buyers down below, down here at 380, 382.50 or so. You'll see buyers as well. You guys hear all that? We're going to go through some stuff here, some important stuff, okay, that we haven't been able a chance to talk about. So I did buy this bottom, just so you know. I bought calls here at 382.50, and I'm going to add more calls at 380 flat. So if you're out there and you're wondering if you should have bought that bottom or not, with Chaz on the phone, I did buy some calls at 380. There were 385 C's expiring today, and I'll add some more here at 380 if we trade back down, retest the low possibly. And you can see these buyers down below, and you can also see we've actually had real money buyers all day long on the SPY. The SPY, though, has had rolling puts coming into it. So we're going to talk about that this afternoon. We're going to talk about where we're headed. I want to start off with you guys. We're going to take a look at some charts here. And I need to get through this today if I can. You know, as a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I think I need to what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to turn the stream off one more time. I really apologize for this, for having a bad stream. I'm going to turn this stream off one more time, and I'm going to reset this fucking OBS studio bullshit, because I know exactly what's going on with it. But I have to turn off the stream to do it. But I do at this point know what's going on and why my mic is muted. So I'm going to turn the stream off one more time, but I do want to tell you first of all this. It's important that I get this information out to you guys today, because I want to talk to you guys on a larger time frame. I need to be talking to you guys about why. Let me see if I can bring this in a larger time frame here. See, I can bring this over here and kind of show you where we're headed. So this original channel that we're in above here, right? We started to break down inside this wider channel here. And I want you guys to see that, okay? We started to make lower highs within this larger channel here. And you can see the rejection we had back here on the 17th, okay? Now today, my expectation today was that we would trade up today, tomorrow, or today and a Monday possibly up to this 400 level. But we have some issues with front running in the market. That's really what I wanted to talk to you about this morning, was when does that front running begin? Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't see it until June. There was talk on social media that you would see it in May 25th, let's say, and then this past week there was talk that you would see it by Monday. And you can see that the drop is already happening. You can see today that there's no waiting any longer, right? There's no wait right now for, under normal circumstances, June. There's no wait anymore for the minutes on FOMC. And there's no wait anymore even until Monday. And this is what's called front running. This is what's happening is there are larger market players that are front running this market down. Now you need to be aware of this, this front running that's taking place, right? And this is, I wanted to bring this is the live stream that I wanted to do today before this even happened. And of course we're not getting that, right? We're not getting that opportunity to even have that discussion as to why the market is going to fail, right? So before even the market opened this morning, this failure would happen at some point, regardless of where it began. If it began today, if it began on Monday, if it began on next week on the minutes, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that it's going to fail. But within that failure too, there's some positive things to know about this failure. Now, within this failure, right, whether it's up here, whether it's here, it doesn't matter. But there are some very low price targets. I want you to realize that we are very well hedged down to 360 at this point. I want you to see where my cursor is down here. 360, okay? But this puts us into just the 27th of May, which is fucking soon, right? This puts us down here, regardless if we traded even up to 400, it still puts us to 360 before we even get into late June. But where we lined up in late June is even deeper. This is 320. This is June 20th. This could be June 20th. It could be June 23rd. And if we start to front run this and we start to get below certain levels, there's another dynamic in here. There's layers to this happening, this redemption phase that's going to happen in the market. I'm going to stop this stream and show it to you in the background how it's taking place. And one of the scariest parts about this is when you start to break through levels like 380, 360, it can beget faster selling, a ramp in selling. So even if you have charts up like this, you start to actually break these charts, and you have not just capitulation, but you have a liquidity problem. And I'll talk to you about that. I want to talk to you about that liquidity problem today and show you what I'm talking about. And this is where liquidity providers, these are like very wealthy individuals out there with billions of dollars that large banks ask to provide liquidity. Like, can you loan us, basically can you give us money so that we can run day-to-day operations inside of our markets? If we start to break down the markets, they'll stop providing that liquidity. And I had someone commented this morning, or yesterday, well, that's been going on. You have money on the sidelines. Money on the sidelines is different money. I'm talking about gray and dark money. This isn't money like, I'm going to deploy this money, excuse me, I'm going to deploy this money into this market so that I can gain after 3 months or a year or whatever. This is money that's borrowed, basically. It's like me loaning you money. And RRP is a good example of that, the RRP program. Right? I'm loaning you money, or you're loaning me money overnight, very short periods of time, so that the market functions. And that this is when you get large market crashes, when the money in the background starts to stop or begins to stop flowing. If this gets front run, even though we're within this channel to even get down to 320 into late June, you could see this take place or get ramped actually. You'll start to see not just banks do it, you'll start to see everyone begin to capitulate at some point. Okay, now right now we're down below. We just tagged 381.87. We should tag 380, somewhere between here, 382 and 380. But I want you to realize that when we're down here where we are right now, what's taking place is they're cutting the legs off. It's layered. Right now what they're doing is beginning to, as I had posted about, they're going to start to cut legs off of the last tickers that are holding up the market. You're going to see tickers like Tesla get whacked. You're going to see tickers like Apple get whacked. And all these big boys that are supporting the indexes. The last indexes, I posted today about how you actually see real money selling in individual tickers, but that you haven't really seen real money selling in the indexes, because that will be actually the last to go. You'll see the indexes, real money selling take place in the indexes. You'll also see tickers not take part in the rest or the capitulation phase of this market crash. You'll see Facebooks go down a little bit, but not quite like you'll see a Tesla or an Apple go down at this point. So be aware of that as well. On top of all this, you have to also understand there's some other complications here. They may want to get this done quickly so that they can actually close the quarter green, believe it or not. You could end up seeing capitulation move down to 360 to 320, and believe it or not, see us whiplash back higher to close the quarter green. So there's all kinds of complications down the road in this. We may not even close the quarter green. You could see us capitulate down, let's say, to 320 into end of June, right? A huge capitulation move down, let's say, to 320. We'd close the quarter. So Q1 we closed at 451.64, adjusted. If we close Q2 below that number, you start adding like weeks to months to quarters. When you start to want to come back from that, it can take anywhere from 2, 3, 4 quarters to even regain that destruction that took place. So that puts you out into January, July of next year to even recover that kind of a move down. So let's say we even crash down there. You're not going to right away be able to buy that bottom and say, hey, we're going up from here. It could take a year. It could take a year and a half of up, down to finally even begin to pull back out of where we are. Now there are some other things we're going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about all this right now. We're going to do a different live stream later. But some other things too to keep in mind is that I want you as a bull to understand that if you're a bull and you're like, I want to pay this price, let's say for Tesla right now, I want to pay $700. Well, a fucking bank, for where we are in the market, a fucking bank doesn't want to pay $700. They're not gonna pay, and once they're committed to this market bloodletting, they're gonna want to get the cheapest fucking price, and that's a fact. And realize that the banks are the ones that start these runs. They want all their money, all their profit, and then they go back in to viable companies once they've let the blood out of them. This is the whole process. I've got books in the background about this whole process, right? Accumulation and distribution of stocks, individual tickers, even great stocks. This has happened, time immemorial in the stock market. So where you're saying, yeah, I want it at 7, the reality is they really want it down at like 350, 360, possibly even lower. They can give a rat's ass about whatever Elon Musk is going through. If that news drops and you're saying that's the reason that the market's dropping right now, or Tesla, it really isn't. It's just one more excuse to continue selling down to where banks can take their profit and then reinvest in this market. So I want you to be aware of that as time goes forward. Another note, though, in this is that historically our crashes have been short-lived. as the years have passed and decades have passed, these events have sped up, mostly due to the dissemination of information, the advent of the internet, the advent of even us, retail traders, hedge funds, banks, knowing everything at the same time, right? Right down to Bloomberg terminals with their chat software, right? You got to understand that everyone's connected today. Every interest group is connected to some point today. So if you're a bull, you would rather get this over with faster than later. Would you really? Do you really want to be back in 2008 and have this market trade down over 2 years or a year and a half or 3 years and not have these capitulation moves? It's kind of absurd at this point. You don't want, in this day and age, there's no possible way that you're going to get capitulation that takes 2-3 years. You might get a muted market for 2-3 years, but everything is sped up today. So I want you to be aware of that. When you start to see these crashes, when you start to see where the Fed put is, modern monetary policy being applied, you're going to see ramps in these events, and then you're going to see even compression of a bear market that happens afterwards. Right? So let's say we go down to 320, you could see mid-200s by a year and a half, and then the Fed put come in, and you have now large crashes along with a condensed bear market. So all those things could compound in the next year and a half. You know, there's no saying, hey, we hit 320, we could have a kick-ass rally off that, but it doesn't mean that we can't even continue to trade down because of the destruction that's been done, because of the money that's been pulled out of the market, the money that's been pulled out of retail traders, right? The money that's been pulled out of hedge funds, pension funds, 401ks. They're just dragged out of the economy. When that stuff happens, right, people don't right away come out of that. And they're also dealing with inflation concerns, and they're dealing with taxation, right? They're dealing with higher rates when they're buying mortgages. They're dealing with higher demand. So all of those things compounded should reset the system. Just be aware that I guess the point that I wanted to make to you this morning was that all of this is being front run at this point, and the time frames are moving quicker than you'd expect. And so there's that talk inside of the market and around the market that, hey, it's June, and that's, oh no, it's the FOMC minutes, and then it's, oh no, you know what it is? It's probably Monday, and you can actually see where the market is trading right now at this moment, that this is even being front run faster. So I just want you to be aware of that today. That's like the key point of what I want to talk to you about this morning. But of course, right off the fucking bell, we're selling off. I hope you guys took profit on calls off the bell. I did, but it's fucked up because I'm trying to get a live stream going. I'm like, they're fucking front running this shit. Already on a Friday, they're front running it. I do want you to also be aware that oftentimes we get breaks in the market in low liquidity environments. As we head into the weekend, it would not be a shocker ever to see the market crash on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday into a Monday. It's low liquidity. It's an easy way to dump the market. So I want to leave you with that before I stop streaming as well. Hold on here, Morgan's a bit shorter, do more. Make sure I get everything I want to get off to you guys today. And I think that's all. I think that's basically all I want to let you know. Now I'm gonna reset my audio and try to get my audio fixed on this streaming software. When I get the audio streaming done, I'll get back on and do a live stream. If it's not in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'll get with you guys on Saturday. So I'll do a live stream because I know it's important for market participants, if you're long this market, to know where we're headed and why we're headed there. And I'll show you I've got the actual technical, not technicals, but I've got the actual numbers as to why you should expect this to happen sooner than you think. And to be honest with you, if you don't watch that live stream, I want you to be aware of something, okay? That from previous crashes, okay, we've got puts in the market pointing towards that happening. Whether it's 3-4 days before the 20th of June, whether it's the following week, it's almost a done deal that you're going to see at least 360 by June. Okay, now, and the only other problem there is if you start to get those breaks below there, when you start getting down to 360, you start to break the market. So you could see even further capitulation. You won't see 100, 50 to 100 in the VIX unless you get breaks of where we're hedged to as well. So anyone that's long vol into the June 20th, let's say, they want to see that happen before we even get to June 20th. They want to see that break of 360, I would say, by June 1st. May 25th, June 1st, FOMC meeting minutes can come out. If the Fed was to come out and even fart sideways with 75 basis points, it's just another trigger to start selling this down. And I want you to think about that, because it's not like that's the reason for the trigger. It's that's the reason for banks that are positioned to sell to where they want to be. They're looking for that news to continue the sell-a-thon. Okay? So it's not like it's the news that's breaking is the reason we're selling. It's what is used as an excuse to get us to where they want us to be. And keep that in your mind as a bull, is that ultimately that is where a bank wants us to be. Ultimately, a bank wants to buy Tesla at 360. They don't want to fucking buy it at 500. They want to fucking buy it at 360. And the only like fly in the ointment on this happening, the only thing that I could see, right, would be unknown market news, headline news like Ukraine, because the banks can't control that, a ceasefire. They can't control wheat exports reopening back up, or gas exports. I know that's crass to say, but that greed will kick in for that kind of stuff. And then the other issue would be the Fed, right? The only other fly in the ointment would be the Fed. If the Fed comes in and says, well, we don't want this happening like that. Other than those two things, right, the banks are looking for reasons to sell the market, okay? And those reasons are here. They're going to make those reasons up if they don't get them. They're going to look to sell this market down and crash this market. That's the intent, to get it down there. They don't care if they do care if it takes 3 years. They want it down there now. The sooner the better. So I'm going to leave you with that right now. I'm going to stop the stream. Appreciate you guys showing up at this point. I hope to God that nobody is fucking long in stocks in this market without put-back spreads, ratio spreads, any kind of protection, just one-sided long in this market. Or you're doing 0 dates, that's one thing, 1 date, some stuff like that's all fine. But none of you out there at any point should be in just long this market. And shouldn't have been since November. As a matter of fact, I have videos going back to September and November saying, do not fucking long this market without protection. And if anything, sell all your fucking longs now and ride this market down. It took till January for it to happen, but. And as you can see right now, we're trading on 381.54. We've broken down below any kind of semblance, right? That would mean that if we reject here, you can see this. I want you guys to see this right now, right? I want you to see these lower bounds here. I want you to see this goes all the way back to January 21st here, right? This is February 23rd. And you can see that we're testing right now on a Friday, right? We're testing the same lower low down here, going all the way back to January 24th. So we're heading into a weekend right now. If we head into a weekend and we're able to trade down and break below, if we're able to break below here over a weekend, what does that mean, right? That's the question. What does that mean? And you can do it simply. It's very simple to show that if you break this down, you're looking for a rejection at some point to get even lower. Forget 360. You're looking to start breaking levels. I've got some other charts, or I've got some charts from the CME that I want to show you where we have levels at 375, 360, but I'll tell you what, the only large node that we have from here down to 3,000 is at 3,200. It's the only large node left in this market. We have like speed bumps. In the grander scheme of things, down to 3200. So just pay attention to this. How many of you guys, 191 of you are paying attention right now. I can't believe that shit. Crazy town. If you're just tuning in right now, my microphone is down, so it sounds like a tin can right now when I'm talking. So I do want you to be aware of that as we go forward. If you are just tuning in right now, I want you to also be aware. I want you to also be aware here. I'm going to show you the levels down below here. We'll scroll through them real quick, okay? Get this nice level here at 380, right? This goes all the way down to 380 right here. There's not much down below here. Even this level here at 375 isn't much, right? It's not that much. We've got 360. We start getting some volatility down here, but we don't have shit until we get down to like 365, 362. You can see it on the right-hand side here, right? Your first big node is somewhere down here around 360, but the reality is it's down here at 320. This is where the stank bids are, way down here. 322, way down below, 322. And that's some serious shit down here. I want you guys to realize how serious that is, that 322 is some real serious stuff. You see that down here? We already know that 350 will be just like 400, get some work to get through. But if we breach this 350, right? And we get down in here by June 20th, 23rd, it's going to be huge. Like this will be the this is not even the capitulation move down to 350. I want you to see right where we are, the strength we have here at 380. You see that strength that we have there at 380? And I did buy long here. I want you to know that I'm long at 382.50 and 380 itself. I'll buy a long position. Let's see what you guys are doing right here. Risky to short though. Thanks for the live stream. Yeah, I missed all you guys out there. Yeah, I want you guys to be this isn't like a. I want you guys to realize this is not like a conversation like I think this is going to happen or I think that's going to happen. This is facts, okay? These are like known levels in the market. These are known by banks and hedge funds. It's like nothing like I think this or I think that. I want you guys out there to realize that I've got all this shit that I have to reload back up for you guys to look at. That when I rebooted this stream, I wanted to show you guys these numbers from the CME and FINRA, from the CME, and from some actual market participants. So I'm disseminating this information to you guys out there. I want you guys to realize this isn't like I think this is going to happen. There's timing issues with some of it happening, but other than that, these are internals in the market that are dictating these moves. The only thing that you can't do is pick the time when it happens. You don't know if my initial thought was that we'd have some breadth, or we'd at least get through today. I thought at least through Friday, but my plan was by Monday was that you'd sell the entire market by Monday, no less. Earlier last week it was the 25th, and then about 3 or 4 weeks ago I was right around the 1st of June targeting 360. But down here at 380, you're gonna get a reaction here at 380. But I'm telling you what, as we head into this weekend, right, you will often see market crashes on weekends. It's very common. Low liquidity environments, easy to dump it. You break it down underneath 380, and then you make it a point of looking for some rejection over the next 2 weeks. From 380, that'll bring us down into June 1st to 360. And then you start looking for some huge capitulation. You're going to start looking for redemptions. And you're going to start looking for people trying to pull the plug on investments in this market, right? You're going to start to see liquidity drop, dark pools, gray pools, that kind of stuff. And you will. It's going to get ugly. I promise you, down here it's going to get ugly. Maybe not today, but I promise if on Monday morning if we wake up and we're below 380, it's going to get fucking messy. Real fucking messy, real bad. And don't think that there's going to be a Fed put either. There's no Fed put down at 320. There's no Fed put down at 360. You'll get a nice bounce down there if we trade down there, but there still won't be a Fed put. You could trade 320 and then trade it back up to 4,000 between like end of the year or something, and then we'll have another huge capitulation move down over the course of a year and a half. You'll start to see us trade down into the 200s into next year and a half or so. Hold on, let's see you guys talking about. Say you're long at 380. How am I long at? I've got 0 dates on 385C expiring today. I've got 0 dates for today that I picked up. Is it time to buy TLT? No, be careful. Ant-Man's asking a great question. So I'll answer some of you guys' questions right now. So TLT, there's an argument out there right now that you buy TLT, that there's gonna be money coming back into bonds right now. I'm not a proponent of TLT right now, or buying bonds right now, until we get that capitulation move down to 360, 320. I think that's when you roll into bonds. I think it's hand in hand, as a matter of fact. I'm not a proponent right now. There's that whisper right now. I wanted to talk about Dixie. I wanted to talk to you guys about bonds, the bond market, and what it's showing is that TLT, you should go long TLT right now. I'm still not on board on TLT. Hold on a second here. I gotta look at my stuff. I'm still not long on bonds. There's an argument to go long on bonds right now. There's an argument to short the Dixie, and there's another argument to long China stocks right now. I'm still not a believer. I think it's a fake out on TLT and bonds right now. I think the bottoming process is a better place to take TLT long. Was there a news that triggered the sell-off? Yeah, I talked about news. I talked about 5 minutes ago about the relationship between news and the real selling that's going on in the market. The news is being used right now to sell the market. The news is pointless right now. You're just looking for those news events, knowing that they're going to sell this market at certain points the first chance that they get. Yeah, I missed all you guys out there. Yeah, stay away from... like, TLT is up today. But so you could. It's not that you won't see TLT go up right now or there will be a bottoming process in bonds right now. But I'll fucking tell you what. It's gonna take, like, I would say between here and June would be maybe. I guess you could buy the dips on TLT between here and June. But your time horizon on TLT probably needs to be much farther out, if I had to guess. Awesome. Yep, definitely agree about staying TLT. Cap, do you see steep drops short term, or the dip and rip, lower highs, lower lows? Was the highest we could rip to? For your 3-5 expiry today, do you see a slight bounce coming to today? Yeah, so if you guys can see on the screen right here, let me bring this lower here, okay? This is a level right here, right? We're at 380. The next major level down here from 380. You've got volatility all the way down, but it's not until 350, then 360. I want you to see the significance of this level here at 380. So how do you break through 380? I want you guys to see this one more time. Okay, I want to show you guys something one more time. I want you guys to understand the significance. See this point back here? Follow my cursor, right? That's January 24th. I want you to see it back over here again, right? February 24th. We are right here, right now, again at 5 on May 20th. Okay. The market is at some point is going to capitulate. So when you make these moves like this, right? When you're making these moves like this, right? The bears have to, or not the bears, but the banks have to break through this. Watch my cursor right here. See this big line I'm doing? This is horrible. Can't believe I'm doing this right now. It's horrible. I can't believe I'm doing this. So you see that right there, right? These banks need to get underneath. They need to. It's required. So how do they get underneath? Right? You need to have a low liquidity environment. We're running into one this weekend. You need to have some events coming up, right? You need to have the market positioned for it, which in the background it is positioned for it. They're positioned for 360 in mid-June down here, right? So they want to watch my thing. They want to get underneath, get a rejection, and sell this market. So how do you get a capitulation move? You're going to be looking for on Monday a move down below 380. If you can't get the move down below 380, then you're going to get us trading higher and then stay down into that 360 move into late June. God, this is terrible. I got to do this. I got to do this in a different stream. I just slapped this stream together to get on live with you guys to explain this and explain this better to you. So yes, do I expect a bounce here? Yes, I expect a bounce between 382.50 and 380 today, without a doubt. If they can pin it into the close today, they will make an attempt to get below 380 come Monday, so that they can turn it into a resistance point, not a support point. That is to front run lower lows. They want to get down below 360 into June. The only way they do that is if they can get below 380 over the weekend. Yeah, I think Winky was here earlier, maybe. Yeah, I missed all you guys out there. Just want you guys to know that. Yeah, I want all you guys to know that I missed you guys out there. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So my streams are priceless. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to try to fix my audio, and I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. No, I'll do it at 12 o'clock because some of you guys on the West Coast. I'll do a 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream, so it'll be like 10 a.m. and I'll bring up all this. I'll bring you all the background information to why I'm telling you this stuff. So that you guys have at least tangible. Why don't you guys have tangible technicals for why this market's doing what it's doing, where it's going, why it's going where it's going. Other than timing it, it's happening. It's not going up. It's built to fail. The entire thing is built to fail right now. I went over this briefly. I topically went over this morning on some posts before market open. And I went over it now verbally with you on a grander scheme, but tomorrow I had it up and then I had to reboot my entire fucking system. But I'll do a stream with you tomorrow so that you guys will get the nils and tacks, the market internals, right? What's underneath the hood forcing this to happen and why it's bound to happen. There's only things out of the control of the banks that would make it not happen, which we discussed again about 15 minutes ago. Yeah, my hair's not cut. You guys want to see the flow? You guys want to see the flow, bro? You guys want to see the flow? You guys want to see the flow? Guys, I apologize for the no audio today. I had to bypass my mics and go straight to my my camera, my Sony. There's the flow, baby. There's the flow. Get the flow going. You guys want to see the flow? Fucking crazy. Yeah, so I'll put my stream up at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. so that's West Coast people can watch it. 10 a.m. people in the 10 a.m. people at like 10 o'clock in the morning can watch it on the West Coast. People on the East Coast can watch. Is it 9 a.m. maybe? You know, you gonna get the flow going. You guys are fucking hilarious. We gotta talk about the VIX too, because you guys have to understand the VIX is not going to fucking 100 unless we break through specific levels. You guys, you have to have unexpected moves. You guys need to understand that. Yeah, man. You guys all know about hockey hair. You guys know about hockey hair? Yeah, I love all you guys out there. I want all you guys to know that if I don't respond to you guys all the time, it's just because I don't have the chance to. But I want you guys all to know that I read all of your texts out there, your DMs, your posts, all that kind of shit. No, stop fucking buying stocks. Seriously. You guys are killing me. Hold on, I'm going to put this up right now so you guys can see where we are. I want you guys to see this, right? Here's your level right here, 380.10. You want to see a bounce off this 380 down below here. And you want to see a rejection and for us to trade up into the bell. There are going to be some levels to be looking out for above. You can see previous levels up back here. You can see at 382.50, 384.31, a big one here at 384.94. If we bounce off 380, I would expect to see us trade to 385. I'm going to doubt that we reclaim 387, 389-ish. Possible. Anything is possible. But my assumption here is we're either going to trade sideways on 380 into the bell, or we're going to get a hard rejection here coming up. Hard rejection, 380, or we trade straight into the bell. They try to pin it. One problem if they pin it would be that they hold puts. They let them expire worthless into the bell. The intent would be to, if I'm a large bank, what I would do, if I had a short position, you guys want to know how this is done, I'll tell you guys how it's done. So if let's say I put like $500 million on a large short on the market, right? I can then go into single tickers, let's say like a Tesla and Apple. I can short them, right? And I can short them on smaller indexes that don't have a lot of liquidity. So if Tesla's a part of a smaller index fund, I can go in there and actually short it, short the holdings from smaller indexes, and then I can start shorting the big indexes as well not by with the short, but by buying puts. So if let's say I buy like fucking 20 million, or that wouldn't be that much, like a million to 5 million, let's say in SPY puts. I would burn those SPY puts down for the money that I take shorting elsewhere, if that makes any sense to you out there. So what they would do is leave those puts on into end of day today and Friday, and it would pin the market into end of day. So at 380, you'll either see a reaction, you'll see shorts be closed. If you don't see those shorts closed, you'll see them hold them, and you'll see puts be held into the bell. So we either trade sideways into the bell at 380, or we see a large reaction, large move higher. That's if these banks close for profit here. So we'll keep an eye on this 380 price target here. We're going to see if we get a reaction. I'll stay with you. We're at 380.61, so I'll stick around with you here until we hit this number down below and see if we get a reaction here. Now I'm going to grab some more calls down here as well. We're already getting a reaction right now. We'll see how big this reaction is. You might want to wait to grab some calls yourself for a retest down below. You might get a retest at 380 one more time. Then you might see a V-shaped recovery here. I'm adding 385 C's. Let me see what I think I got about 44 cents. Yeah, about 385 C's for 44 cents. And I've bought them twice now. I don't know, my average... Tastyworks kind of sucks looking for like a dollar cost averaging of what you bought them for. Let's see here. So first target's going to be 385. Possibly you get the 390. Depends on what the recovery is like, but it would not shock me to see us trade up to 385 and then trade down into the bell. They really want to pin this shit into the bell if they can. The intent behind where we are right now, if you're listening to me out, if you're still like paying attention right now, the intent right now of today is not to get it to 380 and then let it come back in V-shaped recovery. The intent today is going to definitely be to attempt to pin this market into the bell so they can drop below 380 into Monday. That would be the implication. That would be what, if I was a bank, that's what I would want. You don't come down here to 380 for no reason. You want to come back down here and try to get this market to close under 380. But I am long this market right now, just if you guys want to know. Yeah, alright, let's talk about, I don't know if we can talk about that right now. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We have to talk about a few things. I'm not prepared. I thought I was prepared this morning to talk to you guys about something else, but it's tough for me to do live streams for you guys. From PayPal, I'll explain it all to you another time. It's not important right now. Oh yeah, Soul of Success. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you like these streams, please like and subscribe. We're gonna try to get these things going once again. We may be forced into some form of a pay model. If I do a pay model, I'm not gonna do it for profit. It's just gonna be to pay for the stream. But you need to be aware of that if you're tuning in right now. Kind of sucks. It's fucked up is that I'm being forced into it by payment processors and social media. It's kind of fucked up. This is the first target right here. If you look to the left, 382.55. More resistance here at 383.50. Be careful of this above though. See this 385 here? I want you to pay attention to this right. You can start to see them popping in right now. Start to see, well, you see this 383.50 and then this 385.50 here. 386, this VWAP. They're going to want to swoop back down and take charge. The last target would be 388 flat and then 389. So you can mark those on your own chart here. Yeah, I got a little bit of bounce there. I'm almost up like 50% in those calls. You guys want a toast? Brad, thanks for sending me a DM. Yeah, you know what it is, Christian? That's a good question. So just on that topic, so here's the deal, is that so if I were to do, it's what I'm doing. If I was to do, let's say I did like a daily brief that was typed, I wouldn't charge. I used to do a daily brief that was typed. I didn't charge anything for that. There's like no need to. when I did videos, like pre-recorded videos, there isn't a really, it was a little bit more time consuming. So if I'm doing my own due diligence every day, I spend like 2 hours a day on due diligence. Adding like a daily brief was like 45 minutes, didn't cost me anything, and then when I added videos into it, it was like another 2 to 3, about 2 hours on average, unless it was a big video where I needed to do a lot of work on it. It'd be like anywhere, so I'd add like 2 hours, so I was at like 4-5 hours a day. And these are pre-recorded. I can record them when I have time, and I'm able to trade. The problem here, the issue for me here is this. I'll tell you guys what it is if you guys want to know. So the issue here is that because I'm in the space of live streaming and not doing a written daily brief or like a log, or because I'm not doing just pre-recorded videos, and this includes classes, because I'm live streaming with you all day, right? It is time intensive. It's minimum 8 hours plus my own 2 hours. That's 10 hours a day. On top of that, I have to pay for services for you guys to have access to as well, right? To add value to this. And that I need as well, that I use and that I need, that costs me money. It costs, and then of course I'm doing I'm not recording a video and uploading it. I have to pay for the best internet that I can have, so that I can get you guys a live stream that's fast. And then because it's live streaming, my equipment costs are very high as well. I've got very high equipment costs, and then that are ongoing through time. The other aspect to this, though, some of the benefits of this is that I can get you guys like Trade the News, so you can keep me on the background with Trade the News. I can get it if it's some kind of a pay model. I can get it so that only the people that pay for it get the live options flow, that you're listening to Trade the News, that you're getting the hero indicator in real time. But the other thing is that the time commitment is huge. So at the end of the year, it's bank. It costs me a lot of money. That doesn't even include the time. But then the other problem though is this, is it was working fine, and then bulls, I shouldn't say this, bulls were losing their shirt in the market. They tend to tip well. As bulls are losing money, they don't tip for the live stream. So then the costs that are associated with it are starting to cost me money. The other thing that I looked at my P&Ls from when I started live streaming because of the time commitment, and I had to adjust my trading style to fit the live stream because I'm not focused only on my trading. So you're talking about a stream that doesn't pay for itself. You're talking about my own P&Ls hurting from live streaming. Save the cost, the damage to my own P&Ls, and then I got hit by PayPal. Believe it or not, PayPal shut my tips down, and this is where the killer is that. I had to go and talk to a couple guys that have had this happen to them. I reached out to some YouTubers over this, and here's the deal: is payment processors don't want. First off, payment processors have commitments with social media platforms, and payment processors want to sell two different things. They're gonna sell a package of tips to social media platforms. So they want to steer you into that service. If I bypass that, they can shut me down at any time. The other thing they don't like is that I'm not selling you something that's tangible. So like, let's say you tip me because you had a good day. I gave you a good call, and you had a great day. So you tip me, and I don't tell you what it was for. Or you don't tell me what it was for. You just leave a tip. They don't like seeing that. They want me to sell you something. So and this is where the grift is under the tip program, I might get like 50% when it's all said and done after taxes and they're cut, and they hold for anywhere from 3 months to a year and a half that money. In that time frame, if they want to shut me off at any time, they can, or hold and not even give me the chance to refund you your money. So there's like all these problems. And so what it's geared towards, if I had like a Twitter page and I was tipped $5, once a month or something, it's no big deal. But if I'm doing this whole production in the background, they almost force and push you into a paid model, which really fucking sucks. If I was doing like a video, it wouldn't be a big deal, but with this kind of production that needs to go into this, it just all, it all adds up and compounds into a pay model. Now, with all that said, I'm also being asked in the background to turn it into a pay model where I make money off this, right? Which I don't want. I don't want to make this a career. I don't want to make this where I stop trading and I'm making fucking influencer money or any of that kind of fucking nonsense either. I have no interest in that. So I don't know if it's a matter of like every month or two I show you what's coming in and what my costs are and adjusting by subscribers. I don't know how to do this yet. We're trying to work on this. I don't know if there's different tiers. I know there are people out there that are like, hey Cap, I'll pay you $500 a month. I know there are people out there that are like, hey Cap, $10 sounds great, $30 sounds great. I know I got people out there that are like, I can't afford anything. Or just based on principle, I only do a free model. I get all that, 100%. So I don't know how to please everybody. My knee-jerk reaction is to just shut the entire thing down. Because it's not what I do. I'm not here to make a career out of because I don't like those fucking people. I got a real fucking problem with a lot of people that are selling like classes. And that's the other thing. The reason why I do this live streaming is because if I sold you a class for like $400 or $700 or something fucking stupid, that shit never works. There's plenty of free classes that'll give you that information. What really works is when you're there trading with someone day in, day out. Like, you really can't pay for trading with somebody with more time in market and you learning on the side in with that person. Over time, you do become a better trader normally. There's a stark difference. Dude, I've paid, and this is the other thing. My other problem is that I've paid $500 to $1,000, not $1,000. The most I ever paid was $600 for a guy to live stream private, and the fucking guy was there twice a week, and he wasn't even there at key pivots. So there's this whole other aspect to this where I have to build value. I have to make it seem like it's something that it's not, and then of course trap you in. And then of course I'm looking for new traders. They blow up their accounts quickly, and then I have to advertise and attract new fucking traders again, and you start to lose great traders in that mix. And it's really fucked up because there's a model that I could use that I'd make a lot of money off of. It's such a bizarre model because it's so fucked up because it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help new traders. It doesn't help old traders. None of it on the back end works. But you as the consumer are going to pay for it. It's so fucked up. The human psyche is one of the most fucked up things in this world. If I try to give you something for free, if I try to give you something for free, it has no value. So like the whole system around this is built to charge, which it fucking sucks all the way around. So let's meet in the middle. Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream tomorrow. What I try to do is find a way to. If I do this committed, I think I'm gonna have to do a tier program. I think it's something where you get a live stream that's free in the morning, like 8:30 to 9:30 or something, or free from like 8:30 to 10:30, at least for the open. But then I turn that into a paid service. Don't hold me to this. And that paid service, there'll be one more tier above it where I'd be willing to mentor people that are looking for more one-on-one stuff. Where you get one-on-one once a week for a couple hours. I'd call you up on the phone or something like that, and you might get special text messages from me. Like today, especially right here, like 380, I could send you a text message right here and say, you know, I'm buying that 380. And when you get those alerts, you can probably pretty much guarantee they're going to print every fucking time. Financial only friends. Yeah, the fucked up part, I want you guys to understand the fucked up part of this is the structure of what we're doing. It's not like, the structure of what we're doing is not like making videos. Like if I were to record videos, I can sell them to you. If I record classes, I can sell them to you. It's such a fucked up system. It's a totally fucking fucked system. It's there to fuck you. But the best way to do this is with live streams. I'll promise you guys, you'll get more from a live stream paying a monthly fee than you would ever get from paying $500,000 for some fucking classes. You figure in a year for $200 you get more bang out of that buck over the course of a year than you ever would from buying some asshole's pre-recorded fucking classes. Yeah, there's an entertainment part to it. You know, and the live streams, like, I've watched so many other live streams out there, and it's always like two guys fucking stroking each other off, fucking sucking each other's dicks, fucking so stupid. But they're not focusing on trading. I'm like, I'm not fucking here. And if they're telling you anything about the market, it's always like vague, just vague enough that you don't know. And I get enough of that all over fucking social media. I don't need vague. I want to know when someone's going long and someone's going short. I want to fucking know. I want to know when someone's closing their position. I don't want to fucking know a day later, or if it turned out well for them. I want to know what you're doing when you're doing it. Especially if you want to learn. Let's say I close. Let's say down here at 380, I bought long here at 380, right? And it failed. Wouldn't you want to know that, like right as it's happening? Why did it fail? What could I have looked for why it failed? Like that's the thing is like, and that's the other thing. People are like, well, you don't want to give them everything. Yeah, you want to teach them, but let them figure it out on their own. And I'm like, I agree with that, but there's so many fucking people out there that do this like vague teaching. You guys want to see that in live? Like why? You guys want to see where 380, 350 first resistance is? You guys want to know where 385 is for your next resistance? I mean, we're doing this live right now. It's important for you guys to have that experience. I don't think many people offer it out there. I don't think it's offered. I think people have like egos. They can't get past their own egos. I think they make bad fucking trades. I'll fucking be honest with you. Half these fucking guys, they're out there making fucking all this money on fucking selling you guys subscriptions. They're fucking hack-ass traders. That's what they are. They don't have real money on the line. Now we'll go through. So you guys ask me about, there's a chance we don't crash, what'll happen? You guys want to know if like where we're going from here? We'll do a live stream tomorrow. On Saturday. Show up on Saturday. It's important. I don't know what the fuck you have planned for Saturday, but for where this market is right now, right? I fucking tell you what. There is no reason for you not to fucking pass on your plans tomorrow and show up at fucking 10 a.m. because unless you fucking know all this shit. If you do, don't fucking show up. But I'll tell you what, this market can move fucking fast this next month and a half. Like between now and June 20th, I'll call it the 23rd. Between now and June 23rd, this market's gonna fucking move. And there ain't no two ways about it. I promise you right now, it's gonna move like a motherfucker between now and late June. I thought we had like a day. I thought we had at least until in a day today. That's why I was pumping that shit out to you before the fucking open this morning. Because I'm like, man, if they pull this bullshit off the bell, I'm like, dude, I posted some shit for you guys yesterday about Tesla. In the morning, before the Tesla shit went crazy, right? You guys saw the post yesterday about Tesla, right? I posted that before it fucking happened. It's a known it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. It was in there. They're ramping it happening. You guys yesterday, people were like, "There's no fucking way that's happening with Tesla. No fucking way it's happening with Apple." And they'll come up with a reason for Apple as well. They're going to come up with a reason for all these companies to get whacked. And that's just what it is. Did I say fuck? Fuck yeah, I said fuck. Yeah, it's at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I said 10 because of the West Coast people, the pukes from the West. So 10 o'clock, or excuse me, it'll be 12 a.m. I'll make a post on Twitter. If you don't follow me on @CaptainsAlpha, just follow me today. I'll make sure that you're in there. I'll post the live stream to @CaptainsAlpha and my regular CaptainJimJames Twitter account tomorrow. And I'll make sure that my fucking shit's ready to go. It was all ready. It was all ready, but I was having technical problems today on stream. I haven't been trading in my office. I've been trading in a different fucking computer setup. So I had all my shit turned off. I went today to turn it all back on, and I had a bunch of updates I had to do. And then one of my computers, I think one of my computers, I tried to reboot it, and with that rebooting, I was probably in some updates. And then I've got a resetting going on in my audio, my background, my audio stuff. You guys can't see a bunch of shit. I've got like monitors like spread around here. I've got lights all set up. I've got different microphones set up and a whole bunch of wires, different computers and stuff like that, so we can run these streams. I'll take a picture for you guys so you guys can see what the setup actually is. Because you guys just see me here, like you guys would be fat. Some of you guys probably already know, but some of you guys that aren't in production would be fascinating to see what the room looks like behind me. Because I got like a desk and I got another fucking bunch of shit behind me you guys can't see. I'll have to do like a behind the scenes one day, and I'll have to do like what do I do? Like I should probably film one day like what my day is. Like when I get up with my kids in the morning, get them ready to go, then I get myself ready to go, and then I come down to this fucking office and I get them all my shit work done and what it takes to get the stream started up and running. And then of course I'm talking to all you guys on Twitter and shit. Yeah, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow. If you can't make it, you can watch it later. If I have the time, I'll try to edit that video so I can cut out. I don't know if I can, because sometimes you want to watch the questions in chat. Starting to break through 360 now. Next level above is 385. See if we can push higher to this 385. If we break above here, I want you to see this resistance here. Watch, follow my cursor down below. You'll see this resistance here at 385. If we're able to break through and squeeze higher, the target above would be 388. I'm going to give the 388 like a 40% chance of happening. 385, it would be a pretty decent recovery. It's possible we bounce off 385, try to make our way up. Maybe we squeeze up to 388 into the bell. That's 1:55 in the afternoon. Just leave it raw, Cap. Oh yeah, I will. I think I will leave it raw. Can't believe there's 221 of you watching right now. And that's not even fucking counting the people that are in the... That's not even counting the people that are tuning in that I can't track. Awesome. Am I swearing? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm swearing. The way this market is. Good to see you, Chase and Chaz. Good to see you, Josh, Marcus, Brad, Cheatin, good to see you. Dougie D, Ben Godfrey, Dan Breslin, Moonbounder, Jay Money. Who else is out there? Josh, my brother. I fucking love you. Good to see you. Dan Brisden's out there. Hell yeah. Omar is out there. Good to see you, Omar. Christian, good to see you. Jason. Who else is out there? Whole bunch of regulars. Whole bunch of regulars out there. BD's out there. Cody's out there. Hutch is out there. Jan's out there. You guys all want to see my face, so my hair. Fisted is out there. Hells yes. Yeah, Christian. Yeah, Apple did hit demand. Jill, good to see you as well. Good to see everybody that's out there watching. I appreciate you guys watching right now. I'll put this back on for you guys. Sorry, my screens are all fucked up right now. So I'm going to be looking for this right here. Looking for this 385. This is the previous low from earlier in the week, 5 days ago. I don't have my. You guys can't see it on this one down here. This is the price. I don't know why it's not showing up in my charts right now, but the price target if pivot breaks. You guys had this morning. You guys should have had the price target if this price target breaks down below today. But we're going to be looking for a tag here, maybe a rejection and a squeeze higher into the bell here. That was what I think would happen. If we could break right through, if we start breaking through here and go straight up into the bell, that's possible as well. But the most likely scenario, we do a slow drag down. That's scenario one right there. This one right here, that's scenario two, and that's in terms of probability. That's my probability score right there. Bounce off 385, trade down into 380. This is what the banks want to see in the close. This would be a sneaky Pete where you close out right at the last minute. This is option number two. We crawl back up into the bell, and then of course option number three is going to be you just kind of smash around here and go straight up. Notice though we're not getting that fast V-shaped recovery. We didn't get that huge buy off the bell down below here. If this was bottom, typically you would see a relentless buying operation, right? You'd see the buy program on by the banks, and you're not seeing that. You can see that this started, hold on here. You can see that at 1:30, right? It's now half an hour into the market bouncing at 380. So in this 1.5 hour period, you would have already expected to have slapped off 385. Does that make sense? You'd have expected a buy program. You'd have expected us to immediately, on a V-shaped recovery, to come up, reject, right, consolidate. And at this time, we should probably be breaking through to get up to that 389, let's say. And by not seeing that immediately, like we should be right here right now. By not seeing that take place, it starts to do away with the V-shaped recovery into close. So that leaves you with option 1 and 2. And the first one would be, what do banks want, right? They want to slam here, right? They want to reject here, and they want to burn everything into the bell, right? They want to keep their shorts on, keep their puts on, and they want to pin it here into this bell so we can hopefully get much lower open on Monday. That's the implication. The second most plausible would be that we trade down here, right? They work on getting that close down here again. If it fails, at least, if it fails, and you have just enough buyers in the market, instead of closing or carrying it through over the weekend, they'd cut it loose. It wouldn't go that high. They would cut it loose here, right? And reshort again on Monday at this 390. And there'd be no more put gap or no more put delta rolling off. So we'll see how this plays out. Good to see everybody. Cecilia, how you doing? Good to see you, James. Good to see you to the King Cow. Good to see you, brother. John Moggs is in there. Who else is out there? Hutch is out there. Good to see you. Good to see you, Mayor. How are you, brother? Mark Brown, make my days here too. Where we roams here. James Wallace, Tomas, Binky. Good to see you, my brother. Chaos Wilson. I love it. I love it. Chaos. So you're not seeing this, right? You're looking for this moment, right? You're looking for, hey, to get in that V-shaped recovery. You're not seeing it. I want you to look back on Bookmap right now, right? A little bit of rejection. Not big rejection. Next spot above is 385. I am going to expect us to trade up here to 385, to grind up here. And we're going to look on a larger time frame now. See what's going on. You can see them above, right? 385 VWAP above at 386.29. If we do reclaim 385, next target above is 388. Much love, brother. Same to you, James. Good to see you, GP. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, James. Good to see you, too. Mars Bars is out there. Marcus, what's going on? No, I just have to reload. So I've got Hero Indicator on another computer that I'm using right now, and I have to reload it on this one right now. I had to turn my computer off and back on again. Let's just drive the market to zero and start all over again. Yeah, I agree with you, Dylan. Get it down faster. It's going to get front run. We're getting it front run, without a doubt. I thought the front running would start Monday. As of yesterday, I said, Monday. Last week I was like, it won't start until the 25th. And then last month I was like, it might start in June. But it's all getting front run. You got there's panic at the top right now. There's absolute panic. Portfolio managers are fucking panicking. LPs are panicking. There's panic. I guarantee it. Well, not panic. They're going to front run this shit. They're going to get ahead of it. One way or another, that's what's happening. And where you thought it would happen, where you thought you had some time, you just don't at this point. Hey, Euroboomer, good to see you. How's construction doing? It's going well. It's going as good as it can go. I'll leave it at that. I apologize for the audio at this point. I had some issues today with rebooting everything. Good to see you, William. How are you? Everybody's here today. I'm fucking stoked. I'm kind of shocked right now. Yeah, so PT above still 385. Let's give you a better number. 384.69. 384.69. We'll see if we can get a better. 384.69. So move that one over, right? 384.64. So they're right here. This is where they are. Would 388 mean we don't bleed below 380 on Monday? Yeah, so we're gonna have a live stream on Saturday so that we can go over this with you guys. I don't think you guys understand where we're going. I think some of you don't understand that we are heading probably. Well, we're heading to 360. That's almost a 90% guarantee. But we're probably heading down to possibly as low as 320 now. Like probably see 360 by the end of the month and 320 by June 23rd. Yeah, no. I'll explain all that tomorrow. The DeMarc buy on SPY is a no-go. I'll explain to you why it's a no-go. I want you guys to understand out there, if you've not been in a crash, if you have not been in a crash, right? The liquidity dries up. From a liquidity provider perspective, from dark and gray pools. You guys have to understand that. Guys don't understand that. 360p or 320p? If 360, then time to reload puts. Puts in the end of June. Yeah, we'll talk about puts tomorrow. You're more than likely going to see. Let me see if I can show you guys this in a better chart here. See if I can show you this. Give me a second. See if I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. We're going to make this real simple. We're going to simplify this. So I just cleared off the chart. This is on ES. I'm going to make this like a fucking high schooler can understand it. We're going to make this really simple. Simplify. We're going to simplify this today for all of you out there, okay? Got these beautiful moves down here, right? Anticipated bounces, right? Consolidation, right? Another sell down below here, right? This is called an attempt, right? To break below this negative channel, right? See this negative channel that's going down? Right, I want you to see this, right? This is an attempt. This isn't bottoming. This is an attempt to break through this channel. Long vol gang doesn't like this channel. They don't want this channel. They want to break this channel. So how do you do this, right? How do you get down below this channel? It becomes the question. And so how you have these moments, if you have a market crash type scenario, this is all anticipated, right? You guys can see this, right? That this is all anticipated. Going back to January, you're going to, until we change trend, you're anticipating, until we break trend, that we're gonna get here eventually, right? That's the implication, right? So this is all implied. This is an implied move. We know we're coming here. So if you're a long vol gang, you need to break the implied move. If you're a bull, you need to break out of this trend, right? So if you're a bull, you really can't get bullish until, believe it or not, there. That's when you can get really bullish. That's when you can throw something on and you come back to it. Probably you have to break this previous high over here, but you get the gist, right? There's like volatility, then there's another leg here, and then somewhere over here. This is when you get really bullish above here. But not the point. That's another story. The key point is that when you're down here, right? This is part of the implied move, right? It's implied that we're not going to trade out of here right now, right? That this is the highest we can go right now, right? That we're not going to break through here, right? Implied moves, right? Implied trading area. Whenever we trade outside, this is something that's unexpected, right? So if you're going to, let's say you're bearish or you're long vol gang or you're like uber super duper I want a market crash guy or a woman or whatever, what do you do when we're at these points, right? When we're here, when we're here, when we're here, when we're here, when we're down here, when we're right here, right? What do you do? Especially if you want to set it up. You know that by bleeding the market down here that you're at capitulation. So there's high risk of capitulation down here. Already, boom, you've done number one. Right? Worst time in the market to sell down here. Worst time to capitulate. Most fear there's ever been in the market. So how do you get below this trading zone? There's only a couple ways. Right? There's only a couple ways to get down here. If we don't capitulate here, what's the next move? You're asking me, right? Are we bullish here? Fuck no. Next move's to trade down here over time. Here's June. We could trade down to 360 and just in the end of June right there. Right? Still bearish. Still no reason to get bullish here. We could trade all the way up here and then trade down 3,400. That's not bullish. There's nothing about that that's bullish. Does that make sense? So if you're a bear out there, if you're long vol gang, you can't go buying fucking calls on the VIX to 100 when this is part of the implied move. So if you're a big bank and you want to see a crash, or you want to get some money off that long vol position, if you want to make some money in some way far outside the money puts, while we're down here where we are right now, what do you have to do? You have to set it up. The setup is, first of all, we touched, right? We sold. This is an operation to sell the market down one more time, right? They're then going to come in right here at 38.54. This is on ES, by the way. And they want at least some kind of rejection. They want to get a rejection there and above. Let's call it here. 39.53. And what they want is they want to see, first of all, into the weekend with a low liquidity environment, they want to dump it even deeper. They want to dump this down below. So the first break of this negative channel opens the door down below. When you hear people say that, right? We open the door down below. So you've now checked off we broke the negative channel. The second thing that they're looking for at this point, they don't care if it comes back up. They're looking for this now to be turned into resistance here. You see that? And we've already got 360s down here. This is in the market. You've got huge hedges down below. And I haven't even checked to see what hedges came out today, but I'm sure that they're more at 3,600. This is June, by the way. Right down in here we have them. So you have the setups already in place. You see how the setup is there? You now have big resistance. You've now broken this negative channel. You now have hedging. This is wag the dog stuff by large banks, right? You've got some bullshit news used. You've got minutes coming out, right? So if you can break this down over the weekend, you've set the market up to reject here, right? To head lower. And with on top of all that, you've got some smaller players that have been in the market long since this 3,600 or so, somewhere down in here. So if we start to break down here, you'll get that quick capitulation moment, right? Where you're forced, where you've got a boardroom of people that say, "Hey, boss, in our contract it says if we go all the way back to 3,600." That we cut our long-only fund, right? We cut our long-only positions here. Banks, large banks, do you actually think large banks want to buy this right here? Fuck no. If we're down here, we've taken from January to get all the way down here, and you think they want to buy this? Never. They want to buy this down here. And they want you in full panic mode. They want you saying, "Oh fuck, we're fucked." And then they're going to buy this. They're going to stop this, right? And then you're going to wind up buying it up here and selling again once again, right? And then they're going to buy it again and bring it up higher for a recovery. And everything is set for this to happen right now. I want you guys to understand that. The setting is here. The table's been set. Tablecloth's out there. Plates, the forks, the knives. There's cooks in the kitchen. Everything is set up for this to take place. Coming into June. There's not a lot of time here. I want you to see that. So, with the table being set here, let's call it June 23rd. With the table being set here, there's not a lot of room. Do you see that? It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Now, how do we break this, stop this from happening? There's only two ways. And that is something that's no control of these banks. One would be Ukraine, and the second is Jerome Powell. They have no control over him. The other scary option is we don't trade higher than 4,500, way up here before June. Remember that I told you that the Q1 close is 451.64. That's SPY. That's not the ES numbers. But if we don't close above here, right? That means we have two bad quarters. When you start adding up bad weeks, bad months, bad quarters, you don't recover. So which poison are you looking for as a bull? Are you looking for the poison of... Are you looking for this poison? Is that the poison that you want? I would think that if you're a real market participant, you don't want this. You want to fuck around with me day trading for the next fucking year and a half? Probably not. If you're a real bull, you probably want something like this, so that you can buy a defined bottom and not worry about it as much. If you're uber bullish and you're like, well, I really want to have... Let's see. I really want to see... Hold on here. Let me just move this somewhere. This thing doesn't want to go. Say you're an uber bull and you're like, oh yeah, Cap, I want to see this huge bounce, and we're going way higher. Uh-oh. Like, hey Cap, this is the end of it. We're going way higher, Cap. That's the end of the correction, Cap. I'll tell you what. I've never seen a correction like this over fucking 4 months, right? Or 5 months. Never. Like that. Where a bank's going to tell you in advance with some channel like this that this is what they buy. There's not going to be a Kumba fucking ya moment where you and JPM fucking buy right here, and you two fucking hold hands. You and Jamie fucking Dimon are going to fucking stroke each other as we fucking go on and up to fucking 5,000. That shit ain't happening. I gotta tell you that's not going to happen, okay? Ever. No. You're fucking dreaming. Sorry, it sucks to say that. Does that make sense to you if you're a bull? So if you want to trade this as a bull into Monday, my recommendation to you, or if you're like, hey, I want to take a long call spread here, something like that, I'm going to tell you that there's high risk between now and FOMC minutes. It doesn't matter if we trade, it doesn't matter if it doesn't get below. Between now and just June 23rd, I would say, no matter what happens in here, this is coming down. Promise you. Promise it's coming down to 3,600, and it's a fair fat fucking chance that it's coming down to 3,200. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to any of you guys out there? Yeah, I mean, what I showed you guys was that it's not like we can't trade up to like, it's not that we can't trade up from here to 3,900 or 3,950. We could trade out of our normal trading range over 1 to 5 days. There can be a squeeze higher to 3,950. But from this point forward, you're more than likely, if you're like, hey Cap, I want to take a put position down here or a short position down here, I would say don't put a lot of money on it, but maybe at the bell. I would say at like 415, I might take like a put spread or a short at 415, but I wouldn't put a lot of money on it. I'd make it very small, like 3%, 5% of your portfolio on an off chance that it happens, it's successful. And then I'd be looking for your if you're like, I don't want to take that risk on as a bear, then I would say to you, you're going to be looking for 39.50 on the high to re-short the market. That's your next placeholder between now and sometime next week. Maybe Monday, maybe end of day on Monday, you could take that trade. I'm fucking telling you guys. This is the last fucking warning. This is the last one. Yeah, you're not gonna get UVX. I'm telling you what, your UVXY ain't printing shit until if you don't break this trend over here. I'm gonna tell you what. You see this line right here? See this fucking line right here? If you don't break this or UVXY, you get a small printed off it, but you ain't getting that fucking. You ain't getting like fucking gold digger shit. Unless you break this. You have to break this. This is an implied move in here, believe it or not. This is even believe it or not, 440 is implied. There are literal market makers that actually ascribe the chance of this happening. Once you start breaking out of here, right? It's not expected. We're not expected to trade below here. So if we were going to trade below here, it's more than likely going to happen Monday. If it doesn't happen on Monday, then you're more than likely not going to see it happen until maybe the minutes or maybe end of month. But the problem with that too, again, is, dude, this is the problem. Like the moment that we get hedged to 320, if it's not something that's unexpected. And let's say we just trade down to 360 and then we get puts for 320 or 340 and then 320 or 350 and then 320, you'll never actually get the VIX to hit 50 or 100. It'll just slow grind down. You have to get a move that's outside of expectations for the big payouts. The ones I know which ones you guys are looking for. I know you guys are looking for 100. I know exactly what the fuck you're looking for. I don't want to hear any shit about like, oh no, Cap, I just want VIX to 40 or 50. I heard some people on Twitter that go, all I wanted was VIX to 40 or VIX to 50. You fucking liars. You guys wanted VIX to fucking 100. You altered that plan last week. So you have to see that happen. You have to see the fucking VIX. You have to get the VIX up like that. You have to not only trade out of bounds, but we can't be hedged for it. Does that make sense? Same thing goes with like sometimes I'll buy way outside the money calls. There has to be an event that happens that there's no money, there's no premium in it, there's no expectation of it happening. You guys have to trust me on this shit. Is VIX suppression part of the soft landing? I got a bunch of VIX questions for you guys. No. Yes and no. So, the problem we're having right now, I'm a bull, but I know the bear. I know the fuck how to be a bear. If you want to know. I started out as a bear. When I started out in this market, I started out as a bear. And then I was tired of losing, so I switched to becoming a bull. But I know the mechanics of being a bear quite well. So, you get vol suppression because, the soft landing is not to fuck the long vol gang. There is vol suppression because the way that the Fed is manipulating the markets, you get the banks that want to do their thing, and then you get the Fed that wants to do their thing. It wouldn't surprise me in the minutes to see the Fed come out and say, we're not doing 75 BPS, and we're going to release a bullish statement to continue. And the Feds, if the Fed had their way, they would make the markets and participants accept a slow grind down over a year and a half. Even longer, 3 years. There's a reason for that. That's where I talked about earlier was, so you've got market crashes and bear markets that are becoming compressed because of the flow of information, because you've got because of the flow of information amongst banks, hedge funds. Believe it or not, people work more closely with each other. And you've seen this. You've seen this in bear markets get smaller and smaller as technology has progressed. You've seen it with the efficiency of the market with computers. You've seen it with anyways. You've seen all this happen as time has gone on. So with that being said, you've also got the application of modern monetary theory out there, right? So, and then but even with all of these changes in the market, you have actual mechanics of the economy that the internet hasn't changed, that computing hasn't changed. Inflation is a thing, right? That does take longer to get under control than what computers and the internet can do. Shortages are something that take time. There's like some old fat Greek, no offense to Greek people out there, but it's like an old fat Greek shipper that's like, fuck you, you're not getting your product. I'm going to milk this as long as I can. You've got oil drillers. I know oil guys in tech. I actually know a couple big oil drillers. I used to befriend them at some horse shows out in Santa Fe. You know, those guys got fucked for years. They don't want to build infrastructure. They're going to keep oil as high as long as they fucking possibly can to make back all that infrastructure, make back all those years of losses, right? And if they can, whatever they can do, that's the fucking facts, right? You've got all kinds of geopolitics that, believe it or not, part of this Russia thing has to do with oil, has to do with the domestic output of Russia being able to get paid as well. It's a very complicated thing, but anyways, it doesn't matter. On a smaller scale, right? The Fed wants this crash to take place over that time period. The Fed wants that crash to take place where inflation has a chance to come down, where shortages have a chance to go down, where demand goes down, where we can lay people off in companies, where we can weed out companies, right? You constrict them for 1 to 3 years, where they can have a chance to go bankrupt. That's what they want. But this other function of the market, markets are changing, and so you've got people with interest in this market say, well, fuck that, I don't want to fucking, because of the information that I have today, there's no fucking way that I want to see my, $5 billion portfolio get fucked. I'm going to start selling now, and I'm going to short this market down, and I'm going to front run everyone before me. And so you've got this speeding up effect in the market. So where does that leave you? It leaves you with two problems. The one problem is if they're successful, if they are fighting the Fed, let's say, and the Fed doesn't come out and try to slow it down, or if we don't have a Ukraine truce, you'll get that crash at 360, but then you still more than likely have a slow grind down over a year and a half. But I would take this over. I would take a crash right now. If you're a bear or a bull, or if you're a bull, I would take the crash right now into June over a slow bleed out. It's pure fucking nonsense to want to long or short this market. Do you guys want to go through January? Even a bear. Do you want to go through January? Let's say January to June. Let's say you go January to May to June as a bear, right? I always show it to you this way. Could you imagine being a fucking bear? This is hilarious. Could you imagine going through all this as a bear, right? And then you see some kind of nonsense like this. Could you imagine seeing that as a bear? So this all resets, you give all your money back. Bulls, you want to see this, right? You start saying, fuck yeah, I'm long forever, I'm diamond hand Tesla to 3,000. And then it starts to roll over. Do you really want to see that? And then we start this whole process over again? I don't know if I agree with that. I'd rather see like a bottoming down at 320, 360, 320, somewhere down there. And I think if everybody knows it's 360, it's probably going to be 320 faster than not. Maybe it's 350, 340. Could be something like that. Still seeing buyers down below. I'm going to give you some hard rejections up here. 385 is your first one. 388 is your second one. Into next week, you're going to be looking like I told you, 395.50, right up here. This is going to be a no-go zone. Bears are going to defend this. At some point next week, it's likely that bears will have to defend this unless there's a crash on Monday. If there's no crash on Monday, you'll likely see bears defending that. I think they'll be successful in that defense as well. I think everything is stacked up against bulls. And on Saturday, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So you guys want to talk about Russia real quick? We can talk about Russia. So, we can talk about Russia. I'll tell you guys a story. So, back in the 1990s, right? I'll tell you guys a story real quick as we click. It's 2:32. I'll tell you guys a quick story. Let me give you guys some perspective, okay? So, back in the 1990s, like mid-1990s, the collapse of the Soviet Union. And the state owned everything. They owned like, you fucking name it, right? They owned like the beef producer, they owned AT&T, they owned everything. Anything you can think of. Bus companies, railways, they owned car manufacturing, they owned oil production, gas production, food production. Didn't matter. They owned it all. And they handed out these certificates, believe it or not, to each Soviet citizen. And there was a black market that was started where Soviet citizens were selling them to each other. So you became an owner of all these companies as a Soviet citizen. Well, the black market started and Soviet citizens started to sell these certificates. This is a true story. And they were selling them to each other. And of course they started to consolidate these certificates. And these certificates found their way into the mafia, the Russian mafia. So eventually they got sold to Russian mafia, so they would have like, this is true, they'd have like a fucking room with like 30,000 certificates owning one of these companies. And so let's say you had Gazprom, this is a true story, like Gazprom. Let's say it was worth like, I don't know, $1 billion fucking dollars. This is an example here. Well, you only needed like 150, or let's say $100 million of these certificates to actually buy Gazprom from the state. So U.S. New York bankers came into Russia and they bought these certificates from these Russian mafiosos. And U.S. investment banks were able to own like 49% of these things. Meanwhile, these mafiosos, which became oligarchs, they owned the other half of the company. They went down to the state. State handed over all the rights to these companies. And when this happened, these mafiosos started to fleece these companies. So you had ups and downs in U.S. investment bankers. You had, within the stock market in Russia, you had like booms and bust cycles. You even had cycles where you had investment bankers go back and say, well, they're stealing, but they're not stealing this much. So what the real price in the stock market of Gazprom is wrong. We have to raise it up. Boom, another boom cycle. And there's been so much corruption in Russia to this point that after the withdrawal of investment in Russia, these oligarchs that now hold these companies, these companies are now worthless. And then with the start of the Ukraine war, these companies have become even more worthless. Right? So how do you reset all of this? By war. So if you reset these companies by war, right? Let's say you have a war here, which we have in Ukraine. The moment that there's a truce called in Ukraine, there are going to be investment banks, American investment banks, that want to buy back into these markets. I know that's a shocker for some of you out there. But they're going to want to buy these companies at rock bottom. There was even talk that some of the big banks were doing this in the Euro market, and they were doing it in the U.S. market as they were shutting down trading. You could trade, I think Gazprom specifically, RSX or the Russian ETF. You could buy it for pennies. People were buying it for pennies before it was trading stopped on it. So now you've got some U.S. banks in control at rock bottom prices, and so you're going to see this cycle once again take place, believe it or not, or at least an attempt once again to buy these companies and to pump these companies like Gazprom and industries within Russia. Yeah, Russia is still selling their oil through intermediaries. They fucking relabel it. They mix that shit in other countries and then call it the country's oil. How's your calls today? So I sold calls at the bell and I added calls on the bottom down here. I've got 380, let's take a look. I've got May 20th, 385s. They're break even right now. They haven't moved. Waiting to see here if we go up. Any other questions? Ask away. So both lagging today. Movement was amazing. I was a boy. I'm bear curious now. Hilarious. Yeah, tomorrow's stream we'll talk about. No, we have not started QT yet. That rolls out. Well, there'll be discussion about it in the minutes. The Nifty has jumped 2.8%. Yeah, I'm in some zero dates for the end of the day today. I'll hold them into the bell. I'll let them expire worthless if I have to. Nifty jump 2.8%. Looks like bull flag, although some weeks ago it was similar when the Q11 broke down. Once we look into buying stocks, VIX breaks out today or tomorrow. Show my EVX calls. No, I think that it's like I said earlier. You're looking for. Yeah, Ignacio, you watched that video on Twitter? Fuck yeah, brother. You guys want to see? I explained how. So if you guys are looking for VIX to print, you can get prints off VIX, but you can't. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that 100-point, that huge move on VIX, unless you break out of something that's expected. That's a key thing that people are forgetting. It has to be outside of expectation. I'm going to show you another one. I'll show you another place where that has happened in recent memory. No, I can't do. Oh, I have to do a. I'd have to bring up both VIX and. I'll have that for you on Saturday. I'll show you the implication I'm trying to make. chances? Fixed breaks. And what are the chances we crash over the weekend? Percentage. We're set up to crash over the weekend. So if you wanted to leave on, if you wanted to trade that, I wouldn't trade with a lot of money. Maybe like 1% of your accounts. I would wait for 4:15 p.m. and then buy way outside the money puts for real dirt cheap, like dirt cheap, and be willing to lose all of it. Yeah, it means nothing to me. Kevin, tell me why you did not enter a trade in the $1 million challenge yet. Yeah, Chris. So as I was rolling out the $1,000 to $1 million challenge, I was having issues with my stream with PayPal. I think I've talked about this, and so we're just making sure that everything is going. We're making sure that that this whole thing is going to continue. What the 10% rule circuit breaker on Tesla? I don't care about circuit breakers. I've been through enough circuit breakers. I mean, shit. How can there not be a Fed put if job losses start mounting? No, job losses are good for the economy. Did you guys know that? Some of you guys don't know that. I want job losses. I am a fan, as a bull, of high unemployment. I think about 40 cents on those calls. 40 cents or 44 cents. What are my thoughts on Apple? Seems to me like it could lead down also in crypto. Yeah, I've got a post on Apple I posted yesterday on Captain's Alpha. %, meant couldn't be shorter the next day. Okay, 1 million, okay, go, can't wait. Feds want to lose, wants job losses. The Fed wants job losses, absolutely. But too many jobs open and too few people know. No, what you want, do you guys have a firm understanding of, I'm turning green now on my calls. What you guys want is, okay. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to post a video in a day today about short and long-term debt cycles. This morning I posted some stuff on @Captain's Alpha. This morning I posted I posted a block of information this morning, and yesterday I posted some information, and then tomorrow in this live stream I'm going to give you a ton of information, detailed technical information, and then we're also going to talk about, I'm going to post a video for you that I want you to watch about short and long-term debt cycles. And when you hear like the Fed's charged with employment, it's like a catch-22. Within short and long-term debt cycles, let's just pretend we're in a short-term debt cycle right now. There's all this free money given to companies. I'm going to try to simplify this. All this free money was given to. I'm going to post a video for you guys. It's actually a really good video. I think it was Ray Dalio made the video. So, in a short-term debt cycle, right? The government releases, under normal circumstances, not COVID, the government would release money to the public, and you'll have companies that want to grow, right? Companies that want to expand out the money. They keep getting denied at the bank to get loans, right? So there's no free money flow, right? And we're in a tightening. Now let's say the Fed cuts or releases money, right? which we did unnaturally for COVID. During that time period, right, in March, April of 2020, they poured money on the economy. And from those 2 years, as a company and as an individual, right, if you took that money and you, let's say you got yourself an online degree, or let's say you bought a house, or let's say you were a company and you improved your company during that time period, you were given the opportunity to create or improve the business that you have. Some companies didn't do that. Some individuals didn't do that. Some people went out and gambled their money away. Individuals gambled it at the casino. Some bought a depreciating asset. Some people squandered it on making piton, but not figuring out they needed piton bikes for when the economy reopened, right? Some companies used it to just barely hold on in hopes that the country was going to reopen. Pay their staff, not get ready, not stockpile goods. They made bad decisions. In that cycle, when we start to tighten, right, this is the Fed doing this, right? When they start to tighten, what they do is they stop the money flow. And so when they stop that money flow, they're looking for companies. When they stop when they start that tightening, that constriction, they want to see companies stop research and development, start to turn profit, start to lay people off. Instead of having 10 people working a project, we want you to now be able to do it with 5 people, right? Work more efficiently, right? We want to see if you can make it where you are. Did you use the money appropriately? The same action starts to bankrupt companies that didn't do the right thing during that time period of money flowing. It's like it's a capitalistic way of weeding out bankruptcy, weeding out bad credit, weeding out shitbags, for not a better word, for not having a better word, for weeding out scammers, for weeding out companies with bad ideas, weeding out old companies that are past their prime, right? That's actually part of the long-term debt cycle, cleaning house. But if we're in a short-term debt cycle right now, you want to see those things happening. There are young people right now that complain they can't buy a house. They complain that they can't start a company. Everything's too expensive. For you to get your next opportunity in our system, you need to see that cleaning of house. You actually want to see tightening. And if you're a bull, you want to see that tightening as well. You don't want to be buying piton for the next 5 years, not knowing that it's a farce, right? And if you get within the long-term debt cycles, if you have multiple short-term debt cycles, it gives the opportunity for this market to continue to go higher. So even though you might hear that the Fed's job is to keep people employed, their other job is to weed out companies and to strengthen our best companies. That actually does impact the workforce. You've got people with the same skill sets and there's not enough jobs available, right? The other way that impacts inflation in our economy and shortages is some of these people, let's say I'm an engineer and you're an engineer, and there's 2 of us, we're engineers, and there were 2 engineering jobs. Let's say there was 4. I can demand a higher wage. I can flip back and forth, you and I can. If these companies now only have 1 engineering position available, now I have to take less money and the other guy doesn't have a job. Well, that other guy is going to foreclose on his mortgage. And that housing will become available. So it's kind of a weird process, but it is how our system works, how our economy works. See if we can retest above here at this 385. If we can start to squeeze past 385, we'll have a price target above of 388 into the bell. As a matter of fact, I started my first business in 2007-8 during the first recession with cash. It was easy. Everything was so cheap, and I wasn't eligible for a loan. I was a young guy, but I had cash on hand, and it was easy for me to get into business during that recession. Yeah, I'm using Piton as an example, but in all truthfulness, it applies to many companies. There are zombie companies all over the U.S. that aren't telling you the truth, and they're going to get squeezed out in this tightening process. That you're going to see at some point, once QT actually begins, you will see. I promise you. You will see mass. Not mass, but you'll see some pretty decent, like mid-sized businesses shutting their doors. Let's see if this 385, we can break through this 385 here. We'll see if we get a rejection. We bought the bottom here at 380. Kind of glad I was able to do this with you guys here today. I am getting a print off those calls right now. Almost at 100% right now. Maybe not. I'm at, I think I'm at 50% right now. Next price target above is going to be 388. And see how next mark is 387.79. Yeah, they're printing. My fucking calls are printing. My fucking calls are printing. What the fuck y'all talking about? You guys don't know who the fuck I am? Fucking do this shit live. Fucking out how to make money. Fuck's sake. All these fucking people out there saying how to make money in this fucking market are fucking liars. Do this shit live. Fucking, fucking liars. I start with 100 lots, then I add to about 300 usually. I used to go bigger, but I found that the more size I go, they know I'm doing it. The market starts to hedge against you and stuff like that, so I go smaller size now. You can't buy this stream. I already know you can't. I fucking know that each day you guys get at least one bitchin' trade from me. And I get to talk shit to all you motherfuckers out there. So you should probably take profit here if you're, it's a good place to take profit. I do think we talked about option A, B, and our 1, 2, and 3 today, right? Where do I think we're headed? So we have hit the first price target of 385. Do I think we can get to 388? Yeah, it's possible. I'm not anti. I've seen crazier things. If you guys want to see a 388, it's probably going to be. I'm wondering here why I'm not getting. Having some problems with Bookmap right now. I don't know why. But if we can break through above here, what could happen here is there could be two things happen. If you start to see squeezes, you're either going to see something straight up. There could be more shorts put in place, try to get us back down to this 3 to set the market. And then the last one would be we trade sideways, and then we squeeze up here right into the bell to that 390. Fuck yeah. You're welcome. It's the best fucking stream out there. I fucking know it is. Fuck yeah. You were in puts today too? Yeah, we got to talk about what the future holds for us. We have to talk about what the future is. We have to talk about if we have to talk about I can't stream. I want to stream every day. I'm gonna have to start charging. I don't want to, but it's gonna be cheap, I think. So what I'm gonna try to do is offer something free all the time, either a morning stream so you guys be ready to go for the day, and then two tiers. It'd be like a monthly subscription for the live stream, and then for some people want to support me with and have bank to support me, I'll offer them private stuff like. Yeah, you guys like making money, right? Yeah, it has to. I don't want it to be that, but I'm being forced into it. It kind of sucks. It's not something I want to do. I do promise you along the way that you'll never get I do promise you along the way that I'll never turn it into a for-profit type thing. It'll never be like I'm here to make money off you guys. It has to pay for the cost of putting the stream on, the time being here. So that's all it'll ever become. I appreciate it. Yeah, what you do is, I'll show you guys what you guys do here is, if you wanted to take lotto puts for Tuesday, I personally would be waiting. Personally, if you guys, I can't give you guys trade advice. I'd be waiting for right here, 1644. I'd set up the trade now. But what I would do is, I'd be looking for, see my cursor is right here? I'd be looking to buy 375 Ps expiring on Monday. And let's look at the prices right now on those. You gotta get some of the, you gotta get them cheap. Key is to get them cheap, and the last possible moment. Timing is key. What you do is you grab 375 Ps somewhere up in here. And we may not trade up there in the close, but you need that to happen to buy them. If we trade down to this close, I'd be less. We could buy them. We just buy them we could buy them down here too, I guess. If we trade down here, we can buy some under the bell, because they're still going to attempt it. They're going to attempt it here, up here. The preferred, the greed trade is that we trade up here into the bell, and you grab some way outside the money puts down here, and they would set the market over the weekend. It'd be a fucking bloodbath. It'd be nasty. Now, if we trade down, and let's say we trade down into here into the bell, and let's say you bought 375s, they're not really going to print that much. They're going to print well. They might print 100%. But the fucking problem is, if let's say you dump it and then it swings back by open by 9:30, you get fucked on puts. Maybe it's better to short Globex. That would be my thing. I would short Globex here. I'd short Globex if we trade down into the bell. I wouldn't do cash RTH puts. Down here, Globex short. Up here, anywhere in this vicinity here. Fucking cash market puts on that shit all day long. Matter of fact, I'll buy these. If we trade up here, I'll buy some down here again. Are we already in the subscription? Yeah, no, I haven't done it yet. I gotta talk. Tomorrow on Saturday we'll talk about it. I will lay out. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna try to give you 1 to 3 options. You guys will tell me. We'll do a live stream. I'll put a poll out, and I've been talking to some of the longtime followers about what they want to see, and we'll see if we'll see which one it is. Now, I know I'm not going to make everybody happy. So, my second part of the conversation is going to be this. If too many people get pissed off at whatever the solution is, like I know I'm going to make some people upset already. I know I'm going to make some people fine with it. I know some people are going to be happy for it. But I do know that if everyone's pissed off, the option I was considering was just shut it all down, and just trade. Which I don't want. I prefer doing this with you guys. I love doing this with you guys. I fucking love it. So, if I piss too many people off, we'll just shut it all down. But I love doing this with you. I love you guys dude, I want to see you guys make money all the fucking time. Without a fucking doubt. Like, I'm here to make money. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Teddy's asking a good question. So, unlike where I'm here and not here, you would get a defined when I'm here for what you're getting. So, you will know in advance. Not advance, you'll know when you sign up. Hey, you're getting Cap 5 days a week from this time to this time. You'll get notice in advance of normal vacations, normal market stuff. Like if we're closed on, I don't know, whatever day, you'll get exactly what you're paying for. And I'll meet those expectations for you. So you can decide, hey, I want to pay for this. Hey, I want to get this for my buck, whatever that is. There won't be any kind of like, there won't be like, hey, I don't show up today or whatever, like that kind of stuff. So if it does go into a paid subscription, from my end, I do realize that you can hold me to expectations, not just, hey, I had a great trade, I tipped you. Trust me, I don't like this fucking, I don't want to do the subscription thing. If I could stay with just tips, if I could, hey, thanks Matt for supporting the channel, I appreciate it. If I could stay with the tips system, I would, but I can't. I'm getting fucking steamrolled by fucking social media. They want me to sell you something. They want something tangible. They want you to be able to say, I bought this. So that's what it is. That's truly the straw that broke the camel's back was trying to circumvent that. And PayPal found out about it, was like, fuck no. Well, they're like, you're good for now, but you're going to get fucked. So they're like, I'll explain it. I explained it earlier in the stream today. I'll explain it better tomorrow, or at least I'll type something out, maybe send you or post something for you guys to get a better grasp of what I'm talking about. So I'm being forced into it. I'm basically being fucking forced into, it would, dude, if I was just doing like a post on Twitter, I wouldn't charge shit for that. If I was doing just a video, maybe charge nothing. $3, $5. Like, I wouldn't post shit for just doing paper, but what the production that goes into, and the time and effort that goes into, and the cost of doing this live stream, it's fucking stupid. It sucks. It fucking sucks. So that's what it is. But I think it's a better system though than selling you videos. Like if I sold you a class, dude, I'm telling you, there's no fucking way that a class is ever gonna give you a better classroom environment than trading with me day in, day out. Never. If you spend $20 a month for a year, what's that? $200? That's cheaper than any class out there. There's some free classes people offer, but those are bullshit. But if you had a class like for $200, the best class you could buy. Fucking period. I've paid. You guys have to understand something, okay? I've paid alpha guys to live stream hundreds. 600 is the most I've spent. They're only there twice a week for a couple hours. And they're never there at a pivot moment. Ever. So I already know that whatever it is, dirt cheap it is, there's no way that it's going to be not worth its value. So I'll make sure you guys are getting what you're paying for. But it has to pay for... I need it mostly to pay for the stream to take place. I need it to pay for it for me to be here. No, I know what it is. If any of you guys are just joining me, I'll explain it once more real quick. So basically it's this. I'm going to give you the bait. I'm not going to go rehash the entire thing. The basic gist is this. I am a payment processor. So if you sell goods and services, I have a package for you how to get paid for that. If you want money from your mother, your brother, your sister, I have a package for that, right? Friends and family. If you're selling a good or a service, I have a package for that. And these are the tools that you can use. Now you have social media companies. And some have done well at this and some have done worse at this. YouTube has done a better job than Twitter. Twitter basically has just Tip Cup. YouTube's rolling out like subscriptions, all this other nonsense. But even them rolling out subscriptions in Tip Cups, it's fucking horrific. It's not like buying an actual good and service. So now they're differentiating between it. Like, let's say you bought a magazine every month versus a YouTube stream. It's still considered different because they're making money off it, more so than a magazine subscription. So if you bought a magazine subscription, there's a rate that you pay. So if you pay a rate, let's say you pay a rate of 3% for a magazine subscription. YouTube subscription's like 30%, and then on top of that, you pay taxes. So I might get like 50%. So that reinforces. You guys this is all fucked up. That reinforces, right? That let's say I needed 100 subscribers. So now that 50% of that money is going to YouTube and taxes, now I have to get 200 subscribers. So for me to get 200 subscribers, I then have to try to sell more. Does that make sense? I'm now selling more. I have to do more work on the sell side. I have to make it more slick, and I probably have to charge more. It's like so there's like this rolling. So you get rolled into doing more and more work, and then more and more selling. Then instead of talking to 100 of you, I have to talk to 200. If I talk to 200, now I have to talk to 300, right? So you start to you're selling something rather than giving a legitimate service. So if I'm able to keep it like a magazine subscription, I don't need as many people. I don't need to charge as much. You get savings. The money goes more direct to supporting me. Excuse me. I gotta get a drink of water here. So I have to do something along those lines to support the channel. Now, so with all that shit said, right? It's only getting worse because if you're not doing the magazine subscription model, let's say you're doing the tip subscription model, the other fucked up part is that they can and they froze my account once. The tips you guys are giving me, they froze it. I ended up having a meeting with someone from PayPal about it, and it was because I was taking tips because they don't know what you're getting. There's nothing tangible, and they're like, "Well, you're getting all these different amounts from people, and we don't know what you're giving them." And so I had to go through my channel and what I do, and they're like, "Okay, well, let's slide right now." But some other people that I know that I've since met had their tip cups. If you're getting like tips for like $5, $20, $30 a month on Twitter or on YouTube, it's no big deal. But if you're getting something that's helping to produce the show, some of these people have had, like let's say you have like $1,000 in the accounts or $2,000. Let's say you have 3 months worth of money in there and you just haven't touched it. They can freeze it at any time. Not only can they freeze it at any time, but then they can take that money and never fund it to you, close your accounts, and just tell you you're fucked. Sometimes they don't even tell you anything. And that has to do with chargebacks. That has to do with fraud. It's not real fraud. They think it's fraud in the account. It's like these algorithms that think that you're fraud-based. So it's just all fucked up. They've unfrozen my PayPal account at this point, by the way. But the fact that I'm at their whim because I'm not providing you with a tangible good. The fact that they can just say, "Fuck you," you didn't get this, or we can't prove that they paid you for this service. I have to provide you with something. I have to say to you, you got 1 month of live streams. There they were, right? You got a newsletter from me. There it was. You got the news stream. I have the record of you getting it, right? So from their end, from their protecting themselves, and then not wanting me just getting, like, I could be fucking selling drugs, I guess. I could be selling fucking ivory tusks or something. I could be selling, there could be some nefarious shit that I'm doing. I appreciate that, Marcus. Well, so I do that right now. So there's a problem for that. There is that right now. So if you look, there's a couple things on the back end, right? From the back end, if I've looked at that model, like I leave just a tip cup somewhere else, and they show that no one tips. When you leave the top, let's say I leave the tip cup on like a Patreon or something like that, it doesn't work. No, excuse me, not a tip cup. Like I'm mixing my words here. So let's say I leave a tip cup. So right now I leave a tip cup on YouTube in the description. I leave a tip cup on Twitter, right? It's not a part of Twitter. I leave a tip cup on YouTube. That's not a part of YouTube's program. This is like separate. That money goes direct to me. Those tips slowly over time bled off. You need to be you're almost forced to be integrated with these social media platforms for you to get tipped. The other issue is that from their end, they have frozen my account when I've done this. So when you roll into the subscription model, right, I can do that and I won't get my account frozen. Now, even when I do the subscription model, it still has to be off-site. Like there's no integrated tip jar on this video you're watching right now. I don't do an integrated tip cup, or I do an integrated tip cup on Twitter, but you can't see it on desktop. I don't think. I think only on phone you can. It's not built for that. So what I think I'm going to have to do is go off-site to a Patreon and do a private live stream there. You'll get a live stream that's public there, or on YouTube, either on YouTube or on Patreon. But I would take you off-site to Patreon. You would get like a free live stream to a certain time period, and then it would switch over to a private live stream for the rest of the day. It's really fucked up. I'm fucking pissed off. I know, Jim's OnlyFans. I'll be fucking selling fucking nudes in the back fucking 40. Holy shit. Brendan, thank you for subscribing. BD, thank you for supporting the channel. James, thank you for supporting the channel. Matthew, Phillip, thank you for supporting the channel. My brothers. I wish Winky was here right now to help explain it, because he knows. Winky's been a streamer in the past, and I think he was a Twitch streamer. And any streamers will tell you it's fucking brutal. It's like it's not easy to make it work. And then not only is it not easy to make it work, if I was playing like a video game, my cost of doing business would be lower. But the market information, the fact that we're here making money, it's completely fucking different. It's a whole different game. Like if I was playing, this isn't down or speaking down to video games. It's that if you're let's say I'm playing a video game, I'm not paying every month $2,000 to play that video game. That's what I'm paying just in services right now. Like it's like $1,500 to $2,000 that I'm paying in services, just to give you guys this information, if that makes sense. And then on top of all that, I'm trading, right? So I got my own trading, and then the 8 hours every day, it's expensive. And so that's all I'm trying to cover. I'm not trying to cover, you'll never see me fucking trying to make money out. You'll never see it. So if you do see it, fucking quit. If you see like some kind of fucking crackhead fucking, see me like start fucking looking like a fucking, you know who they are. you know what they look like. Oh yeah, well I haven't talked about how my P&Ls have gone down. since I started streaming. They're not as good. As a matter of fact, the past couple weeks my P&Ls are fucking through the roof because I'm not focusing on streaming. So there is some of that aspect as well. I was talking to Chaz about it off stream earlier today. It's complicated. It's not like part of this I don't want to tell you guys because I'm like, oh man, like fucking they don't want to hear this shit. I'm like, but I gotta tell people that I trust because I gotta be honest about this stuff. I was wondering if there's a way for me to like release publicly what how much. I don't know if I can do it monthly. I don't think there's a software to do it monthly where I can adjust your monthly fees. It would be too complicated without it being automated. But I think that maybe after maybe I release how many members we have, how much costs are every 3 months or 6 months, or maybe once a year. I could do something where it's like once every 6 months or once every year where I'm like, this is the number of subscribers we had, this is how much money we took in, these are the taxes that are paid, the fees that we paid to run the stream, and this is what the monthly fee will be next year or next 6 months or whatever. So we could do something like that where it's more transparent. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not interested in it. Dude, I've been approached, there's people in the stream right now that have approached me, good people, to monetize this. I could fucking monetize this shit tomorrow, and I'm not doing it. You're just not gonna see me do it. I don't want to be in this fucking business. I have no fucking wants to be I don't want to be fucking driving a Lamborghini, a fucking rent a Lamborghini and fucking part my hair and have the sides of my, I'm not, no offense to anybody out there that looks like that, or is that person. I love everybody, but for me, it's not who I am. So you just never see me be that guy. I make my money trading. I don't need to have a career as a streamer. It's not like, it wasn't my goal. My goal was not, and it still isn't, to be a streamer. My goal is to help other traders along the way. I feel it makes me feel good doing it. So if we can somehow formulate that to happen, that's what we'll do. There's no other way. And if we can't do it, dude, like it's truth, like 100% fucking truth. If we can't fucking get that shit done, we'll just shut it down. I'll just fuck around with you guys on Twitter. We'll just fucking play ping pong Twitter all day long. I know, show up with a fucking pastel blue fucking polo shirt, some douchebag fucking pants on, fucking get my douchebag on. Oh yeah, no, you'll see Lost Trade. You guys know that's the thing. That's what I think. There's some differences. So for my niche, right? Like with the difference between me, everybody's got the thing that they do well. There are guys out there that do great written reports. There are guys out there that do really good newsletters. There are guys out there that do really good educational videos. Tastyworks, guys that work for Tastyworks do some kick-ass training videos. There are guys out there that do great fucking Discords. There are guys out there that do great recaps every night, right? There are guys out there that they focus on is Elliott wave theory, right? That's all they do. So I just think for what I do, I think it fills like a needed niche. I didn't have anyone when I first started trading the first few years. I didn't have someone to trade with day in, day out, and I wish I had that. I wouldn't have made as many mistakes. I didn't. Some of you guys have been trading for a long time. If you guys are watching right now, I fucking know. If you've been trading for 1 to 5 years, okay, you'll start to figure out that there's so much that you didn't know about the market. But dude, when I look back honestly, my first 3 to 5 years of trading, there was so much shit going on in the market that I was oblivious to. I was fucking completely oblivious to. Or when I had a trade fail, I would have no idea why it failed. That was the worst one. If I have a trade fail, now I know why it fails. Most of my trades, when they fail, I know why they're failing. I know when to pull the plug. I know why to pull the plug. But if you guys learn that stuff with me along the way, you can't pay for that in a recap video on YouTube the night before. You can't pay for that with a pre-recorded lesson. I don't think that you can. I paid for them. I bought the class. I've bought classes. I got a fucking stack of those fucking classes. Like, I've bought classes. I used to watch the YouTube recap videos the night before. They're good. Give you good levels, what to expect, what to do. If you have time in market, they work really well. But the real, like, in and out, day in and out, day in and out, that kind of stuff, consuming the market, paying attention to the market 24 hours a day, like being with someone else doing that, you can't fucking pay for that shit. I've paid for alpha guys that they'll show up for you and stream a couple days a week. It's always on their schedule. They'll be like, I'll be there on Thursday or Friday at 1 o'clock. And you're like, well, fuck, man, a lot can happen at 1 o'clock. Today's a prime example. I was trying to get on at 9:30, but I fucking couldn't. But I was trying. But today's a prime example. If you didn't have an alpha guy there right at 9:30, you'd be fucked, right? If you didn't have an alpha guy telling you that morning, if we broke 390, that you're gonna get butt fucked, right? You're gonna get fucked up in the market if we break. That's a key pivot, right? Put on that chart this morning. You break that 390, it's going down, right? We went down, right? You can't pay for that stuff unless you have someone there with you trading day in, day out. There's just no way to pay for it. I don't think that there is. I can't post the Discord right now, but I will post it. I'll post the Discord in the at Captain's Alpha later today. I'll post a link to it. My stream, I'm running this stream right now on a fucking like one tire and like 2 cylinders, broken fucking windshield wipers. It's raining outside. Yeah, no, I appreciate. I want all you guys out there to know I appreciate all of you, 100%. Damn, this sucks, man. They're gonna fucking bleed this shit off right to the end. Fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. And there's nobody there. No resistance here. No buyers, no resistance. All the puts are still on. Matter of fact, I didn't even check to see. Yeah, if you guys look right now, I don't know how many of you guys can look inside an options chain. There's an intentional pin in the market right now. 380p, worth 11 cents, and they don't give a fuck. They're trying to hold this. This is a bank doing this right now. Sacrifice the puts for the shorts. Probably setting up for a larger move down into Monday, if they can. Let's take a look on Monday's options chain as well. Still, there's 139,000 puts for Monday for 380p. And it only gets nastier. As you go down the road, it gets nastier. 20,000 puts on 380p for the 25th. Another stack at 370. It's for the 25th, right? '27th were stacked at 375 and at 360. Look at that. On May 27th, stacks of puts, 360p. May 31st, they don't even have them. They don't even have them there. They're all gunning for 360 by May 27th. That's some fucking wild shit. A little bit of 350s out there. 350s for June 1st. Nasty. I'm going to go look at June 21st. Big blocks at 350. Even have some out there at 275. I think they're crazy. I think they're batshit crazy. I don't know who the fuck bought those. I have to go through the options chant at the end of the day today. And have that ready for you guys on Saturday. And they want blood. Right here, ready? June 17th, 65,000 puts at 368. It's a big one. It's a fucking big one. And we're not even there yet. They don't give a fuck. Brutal. Absolutely fucking brutal. Wife's boyfriend, thanks for all you do, brother. No, you guys gotta understand that. You guys gotta understand that puts, but large put positions are not always used for what you think they're being. It's not like some guy. You've got hedging for long positions in the market. Okay, so let's talk about options. We'll talk about that. We had some time right here. Let's talk about options real quick. It's a good question. People forget this stuff. So let's say I am a bank, okay? And I am long. I'm a long-only hedge fund. And I own Apple. Or I own the SPY. Actually, as a matter of fact, if any of you guys out there are wealthy, you always want to own the SPY. S&P 500. Well, that's a different talk for a different time. But the more money that you make, you want to always be buying the SPY. So let's say I buy the SPY, okay? I buy the SPY. So let's say I buy the SPY for $300. So I buy a share of the SPY, right? Of the ETF, right? And we're trading up. Let's say we trade to like 400. And I'm happier than a pig in shit. And my advisor tells me, well, you should put some protection on, right? We're not even talking about selling calls and selling puts, but we have some danger in the economy, some danger in the market, and they're like, hey Cap, you should put some protection on. Or I even know we're at 400, and I go, fuck, I have to put some protection on. I've got all these SPY shares. I have to put some protection on, regardless, right? So I'm going to put a putback spread on, a ratio spread. Right? And that's basically where I'm buying and selling a put and then buying an outside the money call. I think I got that right. And it makes money if the market goes down and makes money if the market goes up. Doesn't matter. It's like right away, right? Right away. I own the underlying. I do. CaptainJimJames does. I buy a put. Because I'm scared of a market crash, right? The moment I buy that put, the dealer has to sell a share to cover that bet. Does that make sense to any of you guys out there? And as long as I hold that put, right? And I'm going to hold that put to expiration, just in case of a market crash, right? I only bought it. It's cheap, right? Let's say I own fucking SPY for $300. What does it cost me to buy some fucking outside the money puts? It costs me nothing, right? For that investment, right? $400. I got a put back spread. It doesn't cost me shit. So if everyone's doing this, it becomes amplified. So now you've got all these puts in the market. So SPY starts to trade down, right? It becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy where the market starts to trade down because the dealers are selling the market and you've got all this gamma from fucking puts being bought. Meanwhile, you've got other people getting scared, right? And then so you got other people getting scared. So you got real money sellers. These are people that panic and just sell their positions. On top of that, you've got hedge funds wanting to capitalize on this panic, right? So they start shorting the market, right? Borrowing shares to short it. Well, if I'm a hedge fund, or let's say I'm a hedge fund that likes to short, right? I'm a hedge fund that shorts, and I'm in a short position, I can amplify that short. I can go out and just buy puts. I can just use cheap-ass puts to make market swings. I can use an algorithm in computers to swing the market where I want it to be. To print some kind of big spread that I have on, right? Let's say I've got a big, huge collar spread, and I want to get a print on it. Or let's say I've got this huge short position that I need to get printed, right? Then it gets even more complicated. This is when I'm like selling calls, right? At the same time, I'm selling calls in the underlying stock that I own of SPY, already knowing that it's going to go down, right? So I'm selling calls at the same time I'm shorting the fucking stock that I own, and I've got protection on. And then you've got all these other amplifications going on with smaller players. It's like this reinforcement that the market goes down. And usually these coincide with dates. Once either the risk is removed or the date is removed, and then all that protection is taken off, you'll see a snapback or a rally in the market. You guys even understand this stuff? Probably fucking not. Take a look. Oh, let me take a look at my position. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oopsie, probably shouldn't have said that. Calls in the fucking green, baby. Calls in the green. Let's see if we can find a price target. Reaching up right now to VWAP at 38.50. Price target above still 388. We'll see if we can get there into the bell. Hold on. So Lord Pente is saying, I thought the bank sold puts. Okay, so I want you guys to look up what a collar trade is, okay? And then so if I own a share of SPY, right, I can sell puts and calls. If I own a share of SPY, right, let's say we're at 400, right, and I know it's going down. I know there's panic in the market, right? I can sell calls. Let's say we trade all the way down to 300, right? I can put, let's say I think let's say we're at 400, and I go, yeah, you know what? The next month probably going down to 300. I can sell calls, right? We're not going to get back there even if we bounced. Once we're down below to that 300, I can sell puts down there on the underlying security. Does that make sense? Right? And then there's this whole other thing we can do. Poor man covered calls and fucking poor man covered put. I think you can do. I don't know if you can do covered calls on or covered puts. Maybe you might be able to, but I'm not sure. I haven't done one of those in a long, long fucking time. Starting to squeeze higher now. Now breaking through 386.19. See if we can get up into the higher reaches. I'll give you guys this upper bound is 387.80. $387.77. So 387.77 as an upper bound price target. Now trading 386, 87, 85. Made some fucking money today. Woo! 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 These are just short covering. This is all this is, short covering right now. Take the money up here at 388 or 388. Take the money. If you guys followed me in on the bottom here, I just got fucking fat stacks. Just got 300 fucking %. Hello fucking ladies. Take your money. Even if it goes up from here, I want you to take your money and then reload if it rolls over. You can leave 1 or 2 runners on, whatever, 3 runners, 10 runners, 100 fucking runners. Take some off. Fuck yeah. You guys making money out there or what? Fucking make money even if my fucking rig's fucked up. Hot fucking damn. I just made fucking bank, dude. Woo! Fuck yeah. That was a fucking baller trade. Fucking A. To the fucking pin on both sides. Right from 380 right up to fucking 388 or 387. 387.79. Fucking to the pin. Fuck yeah. That was right to the fucking pin. Here, I'll show. It was right to the fucking pin. Right to the fucking pin. 387.79. Fucking love all of you out there. How the fuck you guys missed this stream or what? This fucking shit's awesome. That was fucking gangster. Fuck yeah, deep end. Christian, Christian, you should send me your DM me your phone number or something, Christian, so I can give you a shout, brother. Give you a call one of these days or something. That was fucking epic. We're gonna see if we can go higher here, okay? Reload this up right now. Just be careful. See this right here? I want you guys to understand this right here, right? We're being led up, which is good to see. This resistance is so I want to see you guys see a couple things here. See down below where it shows up like 386-ish or so, there was a bounce. There's still some resistance here at 388, but we are being led up here, 389.50 or so. So we can squeeze up here, right? We can get up to that 390. See how these blue boxes and red boxes are coming up? We can squeeze up and tag 390 into the bell here. If you wanted to get short, right? You were asking earlier. If you're a bear, right? I told you, fuck, what did I tell you at 380? I said, close your fucking shorts, close your fucking puts. I told you, wait to end of day if you want to take another short or put position. Right? So if you're a bear, I saved your ass too. Fucking bears. Fucking saving bear lives too. God damn it, I hate saving bear lives. I'm just kidding. I do love bears just as much as I love bulls. So what are you looking at here, right? Probably looking at a tag of 390. See us being led up to this 390. This is the same pivot. If you're a bear, we talked about this earlier, right? You don't want to be getting short until up in here at some point, right? Somewhere up in here. You don't want to stay taking short here. You want to wait for this, then take this short, right? You don't want to be in short, inputs here, right? Told you to wait for end of day in case you come slide up. Remember I told you this, right? Slinky dink up into here. Let's say you want to get short up in here for a Monday. Yeah, I told you, I said only put 1%, right? Still put 1. But you put it up in here. Put 1% on short into Monday. Right? Told you that at some point next week, Bears are going to have to defend 395.01. Right? Bears are going to have to defend this up here. Might not be Monday, might be Wednesday, Friday, but at some point you could expect it. This is resistance. I want you to know that. No matter what you think for today, this is resistance. I want you to know that. This is resistance here. But if we get up here, if we even scoot it up here into the close, this is where you'd start to take another short. This is what the Bears wanted to be defending, is this area over here, okay? This is Bear Town down below. Trading up now to fucking 390, baby. 390. Let's see if the Bulls can take it even higher. Can they get higher? Now looking at a price target of 391. 391. So we'll put an upper bound up here. Whoop. Just in case. What are we doing here? Hold on here. We'll put an upper bound here. We're going to change this S1. We're going to make it 391, right? For today. We'll make this R1. That support is now turned into resistance here. That pivot is gone, right? You see that? I just saved the Bears' ass. I can't believe that. Fucking A. What am I doing saving Bears' asses? Take your money and run at 380 right on the fucking ticker. Okay, so what's the plan? Let's talk about the plan. So before we close the day out here, this is the last thing. You guys are looking for videos for people. Almost every Friday I used to give you guys my outlook for next week. Right? Almost always give you my outlook for next week. You got people out there making videos about this shit on Saturdays and Sundays, and you basically get that fucking video from me on Friday when you can do an actionable trade, right? So what are we looking for heading into Monday? Right? The Bears want to defend this 390. We can trade above it here. There's nothing saying we can't trade above it here. But the Bears want to defend this. And why do they want to defend this? Because of our next price target down. That's 369. That's 367. Literally, into this bell, you can put on a put spread. Expiring fucking Friday. Down to fucking 369. It's probably going to fucking print a weekly put spread. You could even put that fucking put spread into the fucking bell. We could trade all the fuck up to 400. And that shit by Friday more than likely is going to print. Does that make sense to any of you out there? You want to take less risk on, right? Fuck it. You think we're going above 400 from here? You're a big ass fucking bitchin' Camaro fucking bull? Sure. Put on a put spread that's kind of more in the money. Make your put spread 390, right where we are coming up to 390 to 380, and put more time on it. And that'll account for some stupid nonsense like that. Is that what Bulls think's gonna happen? I don't fucking think so. I don't fucking think so. I don't fucking think by fucking FOMC minutes you're gonna have a chance. So what do? You do a put spread here that's somewhat more in the money with more time on it. If we trade up here, you get more aggressive and more aggressive and more aggressive. You're already out of bounds here. Does that make sense if you're a bear? If you're a bull that's looking for positioning on where to take a short here. It's at the bell, 4 o'clock to 4:15. It's put spreads. More time on them. When do you get aggressive? Let's say you put some put spread on here. What can you do from here if you're like, well, I still think I might go up, Cap? You can do a strangle here with 0 dates. You can do Monday. You can do a Monday 0 date, 4:01. You can do a Monday 0 date. Hold on here. You can put spreads on with a Monday strangle, 4:01, and down to fucking 370. That's what you can fucking do. And I guarantee one of that shit's gonna print. If not, 2 of them are gonna print. I'm almost gonna guarantee the fucking put spreads are gonna print at some point. Don't ever fucking sell your spreads. You diamond hand those. You either make money in the beginning or you diamond hand them to the end. So you guys, all you guys out there fucking paying, all you guys sit around on Sunday and some asshole comes and tells you what you should have done on Friday before the bell. I'll fucking tell you. Trades you can make before the bell. You still have this above here. Top on Monday is 400. That's top. And even if you hit this top, what's the regime after it heading into Friday? Down. What's the price target on Friday? 360. 360. That's fucking wild. That's some wild ass shit right there. If you break above 400 here, right? We come up here. What's your game plan over here? I don't buy this bullshit here at all. I ain't fucking buying it. Do I think we could do 7 red straight weeks? I think that I think that I think there are internal components of this market. Internals of this market that are going to stall any relief rally that you see in sight from here. Any. I think when someone asks me that question, I think when someone says, well, it's been 7 weeks, we'll never do 8 weeks, I think that I don't think they understand the mechanics of the market. I think that when you look back, here, this is what I'm going to do for you guys. I want you guys to do me a fucking solid, okay? I want you guys to do me a fucking solid. I want you to go back and I want you to watch. I want you to go back and I want you to watch that video that I posted this morning in Captain's Alpha. The beginning's a bunch of fluff and the end's a bunch of flutch. Well, the first 5 minutes is a bunch of like selling shit. But watch that fucking video because he talks about the mechanics of the last couple crashes and what the market was composed of. I want you to watch that fucking video because you'll then say, well, I'm not going to ask about 7 and 8 weeks any longer. Because our market's composed of that right now. That's how our market's composed right now. Our market's set up for a crash. Well, I'll go. I've talked about it now, I think, twice today. I've posted a bunch of shit on at Captain's Alpha. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will have a thorough, comprehensive live stream where I'll go through all the details. I'll show you the facts of the mechanics, the under the hood of the market. I'll show you people that are market professionals and why they matter and what they're telling you is happening in the background, and why any relief should be stifled, and why the crash will be front ran. And it was front run today as well. So you saw the front running today, and you're going to see it become amplified as the days and weeks move forward. I'll post it again at the end of the day. Hold on. I'm going to post 2 videos today on @Captain's Alpha. Do yourself a fucking favor and watch those videos tonight so that you are prepared when you see me tomorrow morning. I want you to be prepared. I want you guys to understand something. If you guys want to make money in this fucking market, whether you're a bull or a bear, I want you guys to watch and watch this shit. And so that you guys know why things happen. Please, I know, and one of the videos kind of sucks. The beginning and end really suck, but sometimes you have to suffer through this shit to get the meat, right? Not the potatoes, but the meat of what's actually taking place in the market right now. And what we'll do is we'll talk about this stuff tomorrow in more depth and detail. These are facts about the market, and you can't deny them. You can't deny them unless you have a news event or you have a market participant that has the power to change what's been put into motion. That's i.e. a Fed chair, it's Ukraine, it's something unknown. We're not only looking for 360 into June, but you have other market participants, including large banks, that are going to try to front run that. And when they do attempt to front run that, we tend to overshoot those targets. Right? You kind of overdo it. Does that make sense? So if I'm an insider and I know we're going to 360, I will try to beat you to the punch. And in turn, you try to beat me to the punch down below. That race down below sometimes, not always, but we know about tail risk events, right? In that race down, you'll have a capitulation moment. Further, if we've spent all this time down here, banks don't try to tell me that a bank in you, the guy that's been trading fucking stonks for a year, know when bottom is. You might specifically, because you and I are hanging out. But trust me, these guys know what they're doing. They always want to own lower than you. Don't you guys know? You guys have to know that, right? There's always a moment in every fucking stock and ETF, always, where they own lower than you do. That's their intent, to always be in before you and to sell before you. You'll never, ever, most of you, like 99% of you, will never be in when the bank gets in, and you'll never be out before the bank gets out. You'll almost always be one step behind them. Don't worry, I'm going to post both videos tonight on Captain's Alpha. We're coming into the close, 3:55, with just a few minutes left to the day. I want to talk to you guys about Monday. We have, ready for this? For Monday. So the calls for today, or someone just closed out 390C for May 23rd. Those are now off the board. People are buying 380P en masse right now. 162,000 380P for Monday. 75 cents they cost right now. They're going to get cheaper. So what I would do is wait until 4:15ish, 4:10, 4:05, right around there. Next 5-10 minutes, right? And you got sharks out there right now. And they're going to load the fucking boat with 380P for Monday. There's 162,000 contracts that just got swooped up for Monday. If you wanted to offset that, don't go 100% of your fucking accounts. Like 1% of your account. Go fucking crazy. If you wanted to offset that trade, take the contrarian trade. They're all expensive as fuck. They're super expensive. Super. Like 397s or like 70 cents. I don't know, man. I'd go like 1% of my account on fucking 380Ps right after the bell, like 401 or later. Probably get those fucking puts for like 30, 40 cents. Matter of fact, I have to scoop up some for myself. Oh, I'm such a fucking asshole. I have to buy some fucking lottos today. One last warning, if you're a bull, if you want some kind of a glimmer of hope, if you wanted the bull glimmer of hope, we've got like 13% of negative put gamma rolls off today. There is an implication, Spot Gamma said, if it doesn't happen today, that Monday, you could get that face ripper rally all the way up to 400. I guess there's a tail possibility of it. Or what's 400 on? Maybe you buy a mix of puts here, and you throw a couple 400Cs in. They're 32 cents for Monday. You mix the trade. You make the trade like a 380p, and you go 1 for 1. So if you buy a 380p, you buy a 400C for Monday. Shit is priceless. So as we come into this bell, I just saved the fucking bears, fucking Christ, and made fucking bulls money right into the fucking bell. Fucking Christ, motherfucker. And repositioned bears. So in the bell here, if I had a trade to recommend, 380p, 400C, the total at 32 cents and 63 cents, you'll probably get those down. Probably get those priced down into the bell here in just a minute. I bet you the calls will get cheaper and the puts will get cheaper. 1 minute left. I want you all to have a great night. Show back up here tomorrow. My microphone will be fixed. I had to reboot my fucking computer today. So everything I pulled up I had fucking lost. I have to go back and pull it up for tomorrow. Good luck over the weekend. Take it. Just think about it. Just think about it. You take yourself a nice little fucking strangle for You take yourself a nice little strangle for fucking Monday. You don't have to care about Monday. No worries. Yeah, dude, the stream came on and we made a bunch of money too. Unfucking real right here. Unfucking real. 390Cs, you're at 37 cents. They were down to like 6 cents. 390Cs were 6 fucking pennies, I think. 4 pennies. I picked some up. I sold them at like 9 cents. Or no, it sold them at 11 cents. I should have held them the whole fucking way and I didn't. Yeah, I bought some. I bought the fucking 3900s too. I bought 3850s and 3900s, but I cut the fucking 3900s loose for 11 cents. I should have fucking held them. I would have made fucking bank. Fuck. Great to see all of you. Vishal, good to see you too. I love all you guys. I want you guys out there to know that I love all you guys. Show up tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We're going to talk about what's going on in the future in the market. We're going to talk about, we're going to have to turn this into some kind of subscription. I don't want to, but that's what's going to happen. We're going to talk about why it's valuable. You guys know why it's valuable. We came on here in the afternoon finally, able to give you a place to close short, able to give you a place to take long, able to give you an outlook for Monday. I'll see you guys on Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Later. Say hi on Twitter, you fucks.